For the playback. You already know I fucked it up. We gonna get AJ back in here. We gonna start talking about how Romero's about to knock Tank Davis out. That's right, knock him out cold. Big man versus little short man. And in the meantime, we're gonna get this real quick set. Do the whole damn thing, I think. All right, let's see. We're waiting on AJ to come back. I think I'm live. Not sure if I am or not. Let's jump over here and see. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. That's how we do it.
That's we back.
All right, the echo going.
I can hear you better. I mean, but it's still kind of a little bit. I mean, but it's not bad. Trust me. I mean, I can still hear you fine. I mean, like you're still good.
I'm saying you can still hear an echo.
Got to sort of, yeah, a little bit, just a little bit.
Mother.
I mean, but Tony, you're good. You're good. I mean, like I can still hear you. You're good. I can hear you. I mean, I can understand you. It's not like I can't understand you enough. You're good.
I got you, but I'm trying to get rid of that echo. Like I don't know what's going on. Why the fuck
yeah, I hear you.
All right, so this last video I just put up, I needed to delete that because it's just gonna be confusing as hell to have two videos with the same fucking title. Yeah.
But man, like the question: did you see Rolly's open media workout?
No, I did not.
Oh God, Jesus wept.
It looked bad.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, okay? I mean, I've been saying this for a while, like, I mean, and just seeing that open work just confirms something. Okay, one of two things are gonna happen in that fight. Okay, why are they gonna see one of the most embarrassing ass whoopings in a boxing ring that we've ever seen?
Right.
Or we're gonna see one of the funniest upsets that ever happened in a long time.
But is it an upset?
Well, I'm assuming Tank's a heavy favorite. Everybody's picking him to win for the most part. I mean, you know.
But is it an upset?
Well,
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What? Was Bieber whooping Canelo's ass an upset?
Oh no, not to me. It wasn't.
Okay.
Because I mean, I was always aware that was a risky fight for Canelo to take. That's why it was interesting. You know what I mean?
But you're in the same boat with this fight.
Well, Rolly's not a b-ball, so you know.
I'm not talking about his technical abilities, but what I'm saying is, his size.
He is a big fucking guy. I keep forgetting he's a pretty big guy. I mean, I already was walking around on one stage like his weight got up to like the 180s and 190s or some shit, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know, like, after his last fight, he put on a lot of weight when he talked about he was retiring and starting an OnlyFans and some shit like that.
I'm gonna have to go a little bit lighter. I can't do the whole step. Oh my goodness. I done got weak in my laziness. But say what you were just saying again.
Oh no, I was saying, like, I mean, because like I heard it one stage like really ballooned up to like the 180s to 190s when he wasn't, like, after his last fight. It was when he was saying like he retired to start an OnlyFans and some shit. Like, he was really he got really heavy at that stage, and I'm like, what the hell is this dude fighting 140? Because I heard the same thing about Josh Taylor. He walks around like, you know, in like the 180s and 190s. I'm like, what the hell? Was no wonder he's like been so dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, except for his last fight where he got his ass whooped.
Yeah. I had him losing that fight, by the way. What about you? You did too, right?
Oh yeah, Catterall whooped that ass.
Oh yeah. He scored him for like the first 7-8 rounds at least. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was like, you know, that was crazy how the judges did him in like that. But I mean, I wasn't shocked because, like, you know, by the end it's like, you know, Catterall, you got to finish stronger and knock this guy out, because he wasn't going to get the decision, even though he won by split decision. It didn't end in his favor, so I wasn't shocked when they robbed him. I mean, like, it was annoying just to see another robbery like that in broad daylight, but it wasn't surprising. This shit like that happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time. That it almost happened to people.
Yep, almost.
Like, he damn near got robbed. 150
What
15.
one more round, it would have been a draw. That Canelo just bagged one more round, it would have been a draw. Not all the
It would have
scorecards.
been. It would have been.
And of
Even
course, he got heavy backlash for that, like probably more so than than he usually gets with his controversial scorecards. Because
Canelo would have got zero backlash because he never does. He always wins like that, and you hear his fans go, "Well, he landed more power shots." That's what they always say.
I mean, you got people still posting videos online of his like wizard like expert head movement. Like, oh, look at him dodge Bivas punches. Yeah, okay, he still got schooled and lost. like I said last time,
I've never seen people look. He dared to be great, and he got found wanting. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with testing yourself to the limits and losing to the better fighter. He was a little bit fighting for the first time a guy his size, if not a little bit bigger, weight-wise, thickness-wise, strength-wise. First time he really, in my opinion, fought somebody outside of a shot Kovalev, but that doesn't really count, that was physically as dominating as he is. And he came up short. It happened. I give him all the word. But it is ridiculous how people are going to make a video of wizard head movement when he got his wizard ass whooped. Like, what the fuck?
I know. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like they're still trying to like hold on to this belief like, oh yeah, he still could have beat him, he still could have won, this and that. He still could have did this and that. I mean, well, it's all done and dusted. The fight's over, he lost. Get over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Time to move on to the next fight. Now, question is, will he take the rematch? You still think he will?
I doubt he's going to take the rematch. I seriously doubt it because I think he only gets whooped worse.
No, I'm in agreement. I think Bivol might have his number, like seriously, because like if he was confident going in before, he's going to be even more confident fighting him a second time, regardless of what weight it takes place at. If he was to move down or stay at 175, or so
you got to think about it like this: Bivol didn't start opening up till like the last third of the fight because he started to realize like this dude really ain't got that much power.
He can't hurt me. He's like, this guy, he can't hurt me. Whatever I'm shaking off whatever he's like throwing at me. He can't hurt me. So then that's when he really started to like, and what he did was smart. I mean, like, I think that the championship rounds, he kind of let Canelo blow his load and get more tired. Then he would open up with his shots and land and like fluster Canelo and really, back him up, which I liked. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I say if he puts his shots together and really loads up, he could probably drop Canelo and get him out of there. You know what I mean?
Well, the greatest thing that he did and showed his IQ was whenever Canelo was against the ropes, getting whooped, Bivol backs off of him, right? Canelo's like this. And then Bivol steps another little half step back and says, "Nope, you coming out here."
I ain't falling for that shit. He didn't take the bait. I mean, even if he would have taken the bait anyway, it's not like Canelo would have like seriously hurt him. I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think he would have, but I think at that time, Bivol was still trying to gauge his power.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like going into the rematch, Bivol already knows he can't be hurt by him, and he's just gonna. How it looked in that last third of the fight is how the first round is going to look for Bivol going in. He's just going to go at him, and he's going to start letting his hands go, and there's no fucking way. As exhausted as Canelo was, he better get up back on them beefsteaks, or else he doesn't stand a chance.
Nope. You best go back to that Mexican beef, man. You're right. I was saying that. I'm like, I went vegan for this diet. Damn, should have stuck with the Mexican beef, bro.
Should have stuck with that beef. Mauricio made it more acceptable, raised them levels for you. Allegedly. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say.
Yeah. So what's the topic of tonight's discussion? We got a lot in the titles here. Rolly, Devin's dad, Sparks Tank.
Yeah. I think Tank Davis is going to lose. Like, I really think he's going to lose.
Oh, you think so?
No troll. Legit, I think he's gonna lose.
Tony, like, don't do this to me again, man. Don't do this to me.
No.
Don't you do this to me. You scaring me again.
I'm gonna put it like this. Okay. Dillian White, I was way off on. That dude didn't even look like he trained for that fight. That shit was bad.
Terrible. Awful. I don't ever want to see that fight again if I'm being honest. You know what I mean?
No, I don't ever want to see Dillian in another championship fight. Never.
He let us down, man. We were rooting for him. He let us down.
Like, my thing is, AJ, If he would have went in there and lost, looking like he trained, it is what it is. You lost the
Yeah. I mean, at least the fight, like if the fight was competitive, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean, because like it makes me wonder, like what would have happened. Like you remember back in 2019 when Tyson when Fury proposed that they fight for the diamond belt, like back then.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, how to fight. I mean, honestly, Dylan White probably would have lost, but I think back then, if the fight was made then, it would have been more competitive than what we saw eventually. Because that was before he got knocked out by Povetkin, and and before, like, I don't know if that had any lingering issues to like the play, possibly so. I mean, it might have diminished his punch resistance a bit, but I think the fight would have been more competitive then, and Dylan White probably would have had an actual chance of winning had the fight happened back then. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say that I honestly believe the knockout had nothing to do with it. What I think it is judging off of how Dillian is whenever he fought Walk.
Yep.
Judging, like, you could look at fights like when he fought Parker, Rivas, Povetkin the second time. Like, he is very good if he's active with a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
But when you've seen them gaps and them laps in time,
yes, the activity.
It's like he doesn't train. He just sits on his ass and eats Reese's all day, some Snickers.
Yeah, because for the Walk fight, he didn't even train for that fight at all. He came in looking like his career heavy.
Well, he only had 2 weeks, but I'm just saying,
yeah. I mean, but before that, he was relatively active. Yeah, he fought a lot.
But again, my thing is this: even with the Walk fight, right? I don't hold the performance against him, but what I will say is, you're a heavyweight, okay? That's what he is.
Yeah.
You fight, it's a walk around. There's no cutting weight. There's no.
Yep.
As a heavyweight, you should not be getting in fucking shape for a fight. There's no fat camp for a fucking heavyweight. You are a heavyweight. So the fact that he came in so sloppy for that fight tells me that if he has time to do nothing, he's going to do nothing. He won't train. And the thing is you can get away with that against guys like Watt. You can get away with that with B-level, C-level opponents. But when you're fighting an elite fighter, all that time off, it catches up.
See, it kind of makes me wish you would have fought Otto Wallin, because I was actually kind of looking forward to that fight to see how you do.
Should have, because he would have
I think because thank you. That's the activity. He would have got a fight in right before the Fury fight. That would have kept him. That would have kept the tool sharp. You know what I mean?
Yep. And we now know hindsight is.
By the way, for what it's worth, I was picking him to win that fight. I was picking him to win that fight. So.
Well, the thing that we know now is everything in the Ukraine would have popped off. So if he would have fought Wallin, he still would have got Tyson.
Yeah. Plus, like, it would have been a nice. I mean, it was a measuring stick. I wanted to see, like, well, okay, if Fury struggled with this guy, let's see what Dylan White can do with him. You know what I mean? That he went out there and sparked them out or made it look easy. That would have like created like a lot of oh shit. You know what I mean? Like the usual. Oh yeah, he easily dealt with a dude who Tyson Fury struggled with. So that's kind of what I was looking for. So that's why I was kind of disappointed when the fight was canceled.
Yeah,
but
it is what it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
If that Dillian White would have showed up against Otto Wallin, he would have got outboxed badly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if he was that bad,
like,
yeah, I think he was
close.
Oh yeah, I mean the version we saw against Fury, I think that version would have lost to Otto Wallin too. Yeah.
What's going on, Jaguar Pauls? How you doing? Oh shit! I can tag the video. Oh shit! I'm tagging the video.
So you ain't got Facebook, dude.
All right. It's the first time it's letting me do this.
Nice. You ain't got Facebook, huh?
I do, but I never use it.
Yeah,
like me on Facebook is so bad that people have stated, why did we tell him happy birthday when he won't see this till his next birthday? But you gotta understand, for me, like Facebook, IG, although I did have a big IG before my girl had me get off of it. I had a whole shit ton, but it was more like pictures of my body.
Got you.
Twitter, all that shit right there, I never got into because I always looked at like what my friends did with it. They did it like they used it to meet females. I never had to do that. I never had to go online to meet females. I could just walk through the mall, walk through the grocery store.
Yeah, yeah.
I might be at Burger King, you know what I mean? I just see something I like and I go talk to it. Go to the club, go to the bar. Like I've never had that issue, so I never got into social media like that.
Yeah, I got a Twitter. I only started one just to stay in sync with a bunch of boxing, YouTubers and stuff like that, just to keep up to date with them and what they post and stuff like that. Plus with all the other news.
Right. I think that I should probably be more on Twitter, but I don't know. Like all that shit would help a channel grow, but at the same time, I don't really care if the channel grows.
No.
I don't spend like 8 hours learning how to video edit, Photoshop, all of that, so I can have all the cool effects and everything else that some channels have. Like, I don't got time for that.
Busy man.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with people that do it. I just
Yeah. You just got other priorities, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. But I really think that Tank Davis is about to get booed.
Wow. That almost makes it worth paying for, if I'm being honest.
I mean, what are they charging for? I haven't even.
I mean, like, honestly, like, what are the ramifications of something like that if Tank loses?
I mean, I don't think there are big ones because at the end of the day, it's just like Canelo, he's a little guy moving up. Like, he shouldn't, regardless of what people think about, what the hell, I just tagged my video, Devin Haney versus Devin Haney. What the fuck?
What the hell does he even walk around that anyway?
What's that?
What's Tank walk around that anyway? Like, what's his walking around weight?
I mean, I'd imagine probably somewhere between as fat as he gets outside of shape. I would say as short as he is, probably 170 at the biggest.
Damn.
The biggest, maybe 160. I don't know. He doesn't look that big to me. He just kind of gets bloated.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, bloating up to a weight is completely different than naturally being a weight. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you could tell Rolly probably walks around, like you said, 180 pounds, 175 pounds. But that's just his body naturally being that big.
There's no as I was saying earlier, like I think he was on he weighed himself like on a scale and he posted, and like I think that shit was up to like it was up that high. It was like 180, 190. Either one. I mean, he was heavy. He was real heavy.
But what I'm saying is, when you see him outside of fight competition, he doesn't look sloppy. He just looks filled out.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, there's a difference in being naturally filled out and being sloppy looking when you gain the same weight. Like, somebody who carries a lot more muscle is going to be a lot stronger than somebody who makes the same weight that's fluffy.
Yes, correct.
Especially when they're only 5'4". Because I don't care what anybody says, Tank Davis is only 5'4". There ain't no fucking.
Yeah, he always exaggerate height and shit. Yeah, I don't believe 5'6".
Oh shit! Oh man, look at this! Look at this! The boxing guy, I didn't even see it. I gotta make more moderators, more riches, because I didn't even see him in here. Boxing God 7, he said, Haney gonna beat the shit out of Cambozo. It's fucked up that them bitches aren't allowing Bill Haney to come to Australia behind an old ass drug charge that is 30 years old, so nobody in Australia is a felon. I didn't even know Haney had his dad had a drug charge.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah, that was news to me. Oh, that was shocking.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause this video so that way I can, because if people are writing shit, it's not gonna pop up in StreamYard. That's fucked up. I wish I was.
Yeah.
Hey, Boxing God, if you catch this on the replay, I'm sorry, my dude, I couldn't see it. I couldn't read it. But I saw that he wasn't allowed to go there, but I didn't know that was the reason.
That was the reason. Yeah, I found drug charge. Yeah, that was why. And that shocked me. I'm like, damn shit, man. That's cold. I mean, wow.
I mean, it's fucked up, but at the same time, if that's their rule for everybody, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's not just for any single person trying to go over there, if that's their rule, then I don't feel like you're singling out Bill if that's actually their rule for anybody visiting.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
It's trash because Let me hit it 7. I'll say watch trash. It's trash because he's part of his training regimen, his coaching staff.
Yeah, he's part of his team.
Having his dad in the corner, you would think that they can make some type of exception.
Now that might, I mean, that honestly might, that may affect his performance. It's possible.
It could.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what, is Ben Davidson going? Or is he not allowed either?
I think, based on what I've heard, I think that Zab Judah's dad is coming as a substitute.
So Ben Davidson's not going to be there either?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I still got to do some digging. Yeah. I mean, but his dad can't come, and I don't know if Ben Davis is coming. Hopefully he'll be there at least. But yeah, I was hearing like Zab Judah's dad is going to come as a replacement.
That's going to do him no good. Like, having substitute guys in your corner, regardless of their knowledge, doesn't do you any good.
It doesn't.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all because this is going to put an asterisk by it. If Devin Haney goes out there and gets his ass whooped, like I believe was going to happen anyways, it takes away from the win, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, because then his fans will be saying like, "Oh yes, because he didn't have his dad in his corner, that or this and that." You know what I mean? It's already going to start. But it's
not even about his fans. Like,
yeah,
I understand that if that's a law, that's a law. There's no getting around it. Unfortunately, I do feel like they should make an exception. But what I will say is, even with me believing Cam Bosa was already going to beat him, it's definitely an asterisk. Like, it's an asterisk. Like, it's bullshit. Like, that's bullshit. Because if they knew Bill couldn't go, then the fight should have never been put in a place where he could not go.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a topic of like discussion. It's like now this becomes an issue, like a prior drug charge for like more than 30 years. Now you can't come.
Right.
I mean, like, why? I mean, you know.
But my thing too is they could have moved it to New Zealand. Why didn't they do that?
True.
I mean, it probably don't cost that much to go from Australia to New Zealand.
Probably not. I'm sure they got stadiums out there, right?
Yeah, because you got Joseph Parker, Junior Five, etc.
Yep.
From New Zealand. So, and it's not that far from Australia.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That Davis guy, he's got like an unnecessary chip on his shoulder.
He said Haney and Tank getting whooped.
Well, he's in agreement with you about you're in agreement with you about both.
See, my thing is this, and I've been saying this on everybody's channel that I've been going toward a trolling. Saying the same thing. I was like, you never, ever doubt somebody who drools on their own chin. You just don't doubt it. You can't do it. Like, this dude grew up sniffing glue. Like, don't do it.
Oh, man.
And let me tell you something. The shit that he is going to talk if he wins.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you think he's insane now? Like, I mean, this is going to be he's probably going to be like T.O. on steroids. Like after he beat Lomba, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than that.
And he's beating a guy that's not even a legit champion. Like, he's going to be but
that's how PBC is like selling this fight. If you could believe that lightweight championship, it's not for the lightweight title, but okay, whatever. So
it's at 140, right?
This is 135, I believe.
Oh, I did not know. So
this is a lightweight fight. Yeah, this is a lightweight fight.
They're making Rolly drop that low.
Yep.
Oh, fuck that. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Like, that's bullshit. I don't like that. Nah. I thought it was at 140.
Yeah, I mean, see that's what I was concerned about. I was wondering which weight the fight was going to take place in, but on the poster it said lightweight world championship.
Hold on, Jaguar called something. Let me get that. Devin's father doesn't want to do anything in case shit goes south. I don't know what that means. Let me see something. Let's Google this real fast. Man, I've been so busy, I haven't been keeping up with any of this shit. Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero at what weight? It says lightweight.
Tony, give me a minute. Tony, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I was just looking this up. Oh shit! This might change everything. Let's see what's in the chat. Can't wait till Haney to see crying because of all that BS him and his father pushed and everyone ducking him. Now, I will say this, that I do believe a lot of fighters were ducking Devin Haney. Like, no bullshit, I believe it. I do believe that a lot of fighters did not want to fight him and still do not want to fight him. I truly believe that. So I don't think that's bullshit at all. I think that is legit. No, I can't see weights. I thought. Well, that was it, Walter. I mean, that was it lightweight, so he should be fine. 135. Yeah, he should be all right.
I'm back with the quickness.
Yeah, he should be fine in lightweight.
Who, Rolly?
Yeah.
He's had all his fights there.
He's had all his
fights there, right?
Huh?
He's had all his fights there, right? And I think he's got the interim, or he had the interim WBA title.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ranked number one is beyond me, but anyway. So.
Hold on, let me hit these show comments. Let's see, meaning his dad will show up in case Devin Haney gets fucked up. Sorry, I meant his father won't show up in case Haney gets fucked up. Nah, I mean, I think his dad would want to be there. I don't think win, lose, or draw, Haney's dad, Bill, would not go. Like, win, lose, or draw, his dad would want to be
there. Anybody's dad would want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't think Bill is trying to get out and go into the fight regardless. I think it's fucked up that Haney's not going to have his normal staff around him. Is that why he didn't make the press conference?
That's a good question. Yeah, because he didn't show up. He didn't come. Yeah, I mean, Devin. Yeah, he didn't show. And I was wondering about that. I'm like, it's like that at the beginning of like 2 weeks ago when Core fought Valdez, he was at that fight. And I'm like, why the hell is he not in Australia prepping or preparing? I mean, then like I heard he was going through Ramadan, and I'm like, okay, for sure. That I understood. But then like I'm going like a week after, 2 weeks. I'm like, when is he going to Australia? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I would at least assume he would want to spend like a few weeks down there to set up camp or just maybe get used to the climate or whatever. You know what I mean?
You gotta get acclimated.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like I've been to other countries before, and it's not just you're sleeping. Everything is different there. The food, the water, everything. Yeah. It all affects your body. Like you got to get over there and get acclimated before you get in there and fight somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, now he waits till like we got 2.5 weeks to the fight.
Yeah. First weekend of June, like June 5th, 4th.
Oh man, Undisputed is on fire lately, man. It really is.
Well, according to Cambosis, is already undisputed.
See, that's what I didn't like. It's like, I mean, the energy doesn't change. T.O. wasn't undisputed, sir, so neither were you. You know what I mean? You need to keep the same energy.
Well, he always said that T.O. was undisputed.
No. I mean, like, I think he was saying that. Yeah, and that was correct. He was saying T.O. wasn't undisputed, right? Was he saying that?
No. He was saying that T.O. was undisputed.
He said he wasn't. Or he was?
No, he was.
He was. Oh, okay, got you. Wow.
Yeah, he never. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, and if they can pull up an article, that's fine. If I'm wrong, but I believe because every interview I've ever seen him talk about, he's always said that Haney doesn't have a real belt.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one. That's what. See, that's one main criticism of like it's kind of getting annoying. Like he's an email champ. He never won it in the ring. Yada yada
Yeah.
yada. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But there have been like great fighters in the past who have gotten the title without winning it in the ring. You know what I mean?
Well, my thing is this: it's not his fault that Lomachenko vacated.
Yeah. I mean, like that confused the hell out of me when I first like saw that. I had to do some research and like, what the hell? Like he won the WBC, but now he doesn't have it, or just whatever else. And I learned about the franchise bullshit. And it's like, I mean, because for all rights and purposes, I've been saying this is like To. I mean, when Loma fought To, that should have been for undisputed.
Yes, it should have been.
And it was funny. It's like Top Rank were actually saying that during the broadcast. I'm like, guys, this is not an undisputed fight. Why do you keep pushing this narrative? I know why. I mean, but just it's the hardcores that get like us. It gets annoying. You know what I mean? Because that's not what it is.
Yeah,
And honestly, I feel some kind of way about the end of that because if it was me, it's like I'd be like, why are y'all being this? Y'all know I'm the WBC champion. I'm like, first off, as I kept saying this, I hit up Mauricio and I'd ask him point blank, who's the WBC champion at lightweight? Is it me or Teofimo Lopez? And if he would have said, it's Teofimo Lopez, not you, okay, here's your belt, Mauricio. Kiss my ass, and it's going in the trash. You know what I mean?
I was just reading this comment. I agree with you though. I was reading a comment right there about they never gave Loma Pacquiao credit for fighting away from home, but they're giving Devin Haney a lot of credit for going to Australia. But at the same time, the same people who are complaining about Devin going to Australia didn't have shit to say whenever fucking Cambosis had to come to America 30 different times because T.O. kept delaying the fucking fight.
He came here. He won it in our backyard. So it's like it's the same energy. It's like
my thing is this, okay? Somebody asked me this question before, and I don't remember who it was. It might have actually been on Chan's channel. I don't remember. It may not have been somebody, but here's the thing. They asked me, shouldn't the world champion travel? Because that's what a world champion is. You're the champion of the world. And I said, hell nah. A world champion doesn't mean you travel the world. It means people from around the world come and fight you because you're the champion and you're fighting other people from across the world. You don't go to other people's backyards when you're the fucking champion. They come to you.
Now, credit to some champions who actually did travel because they didn't have to. You know what I mean?
No, they didn't. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If I would have never quit boxing, if I would have got a title, you think I'm gonna go to somebody else's fucking backyard when I got a strap? I don't care what you paying me. I'm not setting myself up for failure. Fuck you and your country. You coming to me. Like for real, like why the fuck am I gonna go to your backyard?
I'm the same mindset. But like, but sometimes like it creates it because like, what if like they win the purse bid? You know what I'm saying? Or they bid aggressively because it's funny because like I don't think Deontay Wilder wanted to leave to go to Russia to fight Povetkin. I mean, I fully believe that he wanted to have the fight out here, but he was going to go over there because they won the purse bid. Then in that case, you kind of stuck and left with no choice. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm saying I agree with you completely. Like a world champion shouldn't have to leave his home to defend his to defend his belt. But like then like there could be a situation where like your promoter loses the purse, but then you're forced to travel like regardless of what happens.
Hold on 1 second.
Do you think?
I mean, I hear what you're saying over personally, but at the same time, I'm like this. I don't give two shits about the damn purse bid because let me tell you something. What's going on, regulator? Let me tell you something. I could give a fuck about promotional companies. You know what happens if I don't go to Russia? You know what happens if I don't go to England? You know what happens if I, the champion, don't go to Dubai? Nobody makes money off the fucking fight. So here's the deal. You can strip me, and I'm going to still knock motherfuckers out. I'm going to still be the uncrowned king because I really have the title. And you took my strap from me because I didn't want to travel. Nobody's going to respect that guy that wins the belt. See, that's what these guys don't understand. It's like whenever Mayweather retired. Every fucking time he retired and came back, All the other champions outside of Pacquiao were irrelevant. Nobody looked at them as real champions. They all looked at Mayweather. Like, these dudes don't understand that once you make it to the top of the fucking mountain, like undisputed, right? You don't need those belts. You don't need them. Like, if Terrence Crawford beats Earl Spence or Earl Spence beats Terrence Crawford, either way it goes, and they want to stay at 147, they could vacate all the fucking titles, and it doesn't matter who wins the title, because nobody will look at them other champions like real champions. They would have to fight that guy with or without a belt to be seen as number one.
Yeah.
And then it's smarter because you don't have to pay sanctioning fees.
That's true.
I'm telling you, boy, you could have never let me get undisputed. I would throw them belts in the trash can so fucking fast.
I think it's like, let's just say like you become undisputed. Like, what else do you really have to prove? You know what I mean?
Nothing. You're
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
And as long as you keep fighting the guys on top, I'll take the lineal. I'll take the ring belt. At least it don't cost me anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about becoming a champion. But once you become the man of the division, what is a belt? Nothing. As long as you keep fighting the best people out there, why are you giving away your money? Because that's how I look at it. I would vacate them so quickly, and I would keep all of my money.
I think who said blah blah blah. Is Josh Taylor is no longer the undisputed champion in 140. The WBA. I don't know if he was stripped by the WBA or he gave up his belt. I gotta look
at it. Stripped.
He was stripped.
You know what I find funny about Josh Taylor?
Good.
Two things. One, he couldn't fight Catterall because he was going up to 147. Two, he won't take the rematch even though he's staying at 140.
Oh, I know. I mean, but yeah.
All the praise that I have given Josh Taylor, he's a bitch. That dude is straight up a bitch. For real. He's a bitch. Like, hey. I don't give a fuck how many fucking guys he has beaten. I don't care. I don't care how good he has looked, because I say this and I'll keep saying it and I'll always say it. It doesn't matter when it comes easy. What matters is when it comes hard. Are you willing to fight through it? And Taylor showed his true fucking colors. The first time he lost, because he didn't lose, he doesn't want the smoke. He's a coward. He turns around and runs away. A real fighter would have said, I want my get back to prove. And there's been fighters in the past that have done it, that have had controversial wins, and then they do the rematch. Like
and win more decisively.
Look at Bradley.
And he win more decisively, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is Bradley beat Pacquiao, right?
Yep.
Everybody bitch, moan, and complain about how Bradley lost that fight. I believe he lost the fight, but because everybody did that, what did Bradley do? He took Pacquiao in the rematch to prove that he was better than him.
And he fought him another time.
Yeah, he fought him 3 times. But my only point is, Bradley could have taken that win and never fought Pacquiao again and just had people saying, you really lost the fight. But he didn't want to go out like that. He didn't want to be seen as, you won, but you lost. So he fought him again.
I mean, but that's like I said that myself. I said that's not a good look at all. And like that I think his stock price just took a major hit because, like, you know, you were saying. I mean, you just said it perfectly. I was thinking the exact same thing. He doesn't. You said you didn't want to get a guy a rematch, but to make it worse, you're staying at 140. You're not moving up to 147. He said, "Oh yeah, he can have a rematch at 140, but at 147 though. But you're not moving up. You're staying to fight to fight Jose Cepeda." Now, like I get like. I mean, because like the correct chapter ring IQ, like I seen one of his videos. He made an interesting point. He was saying like, you couldn't rematch Catterall, but then the WBC is probably strip him too. I mean, but then in that case, like just do this. Like, okay, so contact the WBC. You're like, okay, I know I'm sad to do the satisfied mandatory, but let me rematch this guy first. Let me just run this back, and then I will fight. If I win, I'll beat him. Then I'll fight Jose Cepeda like right after. You know what I mean? At least right the wrong first. You know what I mean? At least
Let me even do you one better. Let me do you even one better. That's bullshit what Julius said, because here's the problem. But fighting Cepeda, he got stripped anyways of another fucking title. So no matter what, if you would have fought Catterall or fought Cepeda, he was getting stripped of a fucking title. The difference here is he didn't want to fight Catterall again. He was scared of Jack, so he decided, well, I just lose the WBA. and not lose the WBC. What's the difference?
That I fully believe. I mean that yeah, it's like because the WBA ordered him to fight that what's his name? I can't remember his name, Puello or something like that. Then I mean, the WBA ordered him to fight what's his name? Alberto Puello, I believe that's the guy's name. Then right after the WBC order, I'm like, okay, like I thought they had like an agreement, like just how he's going to defend like your fight as mandatory. Like why are you ordering him in such quick succession? But bottom line, yeah, he ducked the rematch. He didn't want no parts of Catterall, and they made him look bad. It made him look bad, man. It made him look bad, real bad.
It does. And my thing is this. It's not guaranteed that he beats Zepeda. Zepeda may beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I'm hoping Zepeda chins him. I really do. Because Zepeda, he ain't no joke, bro. So that motherfucker can fight.
I'll be honest, like how Taylor is, in my opinion, I hope he gets beat up like Zepeda beat up Vargas. That's what I hope it looks like.
Yeah.
I want to see him get sparked. I want to see him get slept. And what I would love to see is if Zepeda sleeps him, fight Catterall next.
Yes.
That's just bullshit. Like, how do you get your ass whooped and then you run from the rematch? Something about I'm going to 147, but you stay at 140.
Well, Tio did it, and when he wouldn't fight Loma again.
Yeah, but the difference is I thought it was a draw, okay? I thought that first fight was a draw. I thought Lomachenko won the second round, and he won rounds 7 through 11. I thought Tio won the first round, and then rounds 3 through 6 and round 12, okay? I thought it was a draw. However, I am not mad with Tio getting the win because it all comes down to that second round. How you...
Well, I mean, see, it's funny you said it because I remember, like, after the first fight, after the fight was over, I saw it live, and I was kind of curious as how, honestly, I was kind of torn on who won, but then I really watched it, like, objectively for the second time. I rewatched it, and I scored it, like, okay, so I scored 3 swing rounds, rounds 2, 7, and 12. Then Loma clearly won rounds 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you can give the rest to Tio. So depending on how, like, the judges saw the rest, like, whether you had it a draw, whether Tio did enough to nick it, then that was cool with me. But in my opinion, Loma did not win the fight. The best you could have had it, like a draw, or like Tio slightly edged. He did enough to edge it.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the difference in between Tio Loma and Catterall Taylor. There's no fucking way Taylor won that fight, but you could make an argument that Tio beat Loma. You could.
Yes. Yeah,
so
you could.
There's no need for the rematch because Tio, you can make the argument won. There is no argument that could be made for Taylor. No.
Yeah, that's true. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, but Josh, he lost that fight, man. He lost clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he lost bad.
I'm like, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing for the first 7, 8 rounds. It's like, this dude is schooling Jack. I'm not so Jack is schooling this dude.
And I mean, it's one of two things. One, Taylor, I'd say one of 3 things. One, Taylor can't make the weight anymore, so it's hindering his performance. Yep. 2, Jack Catterall might just be that fucking good.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I'm saying, like, either Jack is a lot better than we thought he was, like especially at championship or elite level, or if something was wrong with Taylor that night because something or both. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Right. Or 3, it could be that his style is just Josh is shaking his arm.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a pro-grade Catterall fight either.
Yeah, that would be a good fight, but you know, I think Jack Catterall will probably beat pro-grade.
Really?
Because you gotta understand, pro-grade and Taylor are very close stylistically.
Yeah.
And I think pro-grade is gonna run into the same issues that Taylor did.
I think Regis edges Jack in punching power though. You think so?
I don't know because whenever they fought each other, they both looked to have about the same infliction of damage on each other. Like I didn't really see a big difference when they were hitting each other in power.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I mean, like I was actually favoring Regis against Jack. I mean, if they would fight, but Jack, I mean, he's not going to steamroll Jack. Jack is going to be a lot harder to figure out. I believe it's going to be a really, big task for Regis to win that. I believe.
Look, Taylor is a come forward fighter. Regis is a come forward fighter. Come forward fighters always have a lot of fucking issues against purist boxers like Catterall. Catterall
Check
fights
in.
like a Devin Haney. He fights like an Andrade. Like he fights like a Tyson Fury. Guys who aren't used to having to cut off the ring and have fancy movements struggle with guys like that. I don't know. I don't know if Regis could beat him. I really don't.
I'd like to see that fight, though. I really would.
No, it'd be a great fight. I mean, it could definitely set up a if Catterall goes in there and beats Regis worse than Taylor did, because that was a very competitive fight.
It was close. Yeah. I still had Josh winning it, but it was still it was close though.
No, I had Josh winning it too, but being that it was so close, so competitive, if Catterall does the same thing to Regis that he did to Taylor, then people are gonna be like, yeah, this dude was just that fucking good.
Yeah, for real. Like I'd like to see him take on one more top guy in the weight class just to see what he can do.
It's just I hate to see guys get robbed.
We all hate that, man. We all hate it. You know, it's messed up because like it's irreversible. It's like the loss is on your record forever. You can't reverse it. You know what I mean? You know it's bullshit.
And it hurts you. Like, here's the thing. What people don't understand is like in the NFL, you can lose. In NBA, you can lose. In MLB, NHL, whatever sports you want to talk about, tennis, you can lose. And it doesn't hurt your paycheck. You still get paid what you get paid. However, in boxing, when you lose, your revenue goes with that loss.
Yeah.
Or the potential to make revenue. So
plus like depending on how bad you lost, you know what I mean?
It don't even matter how bad you lost. I'm telling you, with boxing, a loss is devastating to your money. Especially when you're not already a breakout fighter like an AJ or a Canelo. Like, it hurts you on the come up. Now, if you're a huge star before you get that loss, then you're a little more protected. You know what I mean?
You're like Canelo was.
Yeah, or AJ when he lost to Ruiz.
Yeah.
But
I think it's like that. I mean, because like them losing like the way they did, like that kind of builds some more intrigue into like, okay, like is he gonna lose his next fight? What's gonna happen? Like if he runs it back, what's the next move gonna be? Like there's gonna be a lot more eyes on him than it was like initially. That's why like this third Golovkin fight is really more intriguing. Because I was gonna watch it anyway. I mean, just because to pique my curiosity. But now like it's even more intriguing because he lost to Bivol and Triple G's coming off a win. So like, who knows what it's like mentally? Like there's a lot of questions that need answering. You know what I mean? In Canelo's mind.
Here's the thing. There's a couple of things with that. One, Triple G is going to be 41 years old by the time it's Canelo.
Yeah. You don't think it's going to happen this year?
I'm just saying, more than likely, especially after this loss, Canelo may go for a two. If he doesn't fight Bivol, more than likely he'll fight a tomato can. He'll go find a gill drill to fight and get his confidence back. And then the Triple G fight will happen on the third fight because it's contracted to 3.
But it's funny because as part of like the third fight in Canelo's deal, like if he beat Triple G, then like he was talking about putting him against the Boaxi Richards winner.
Yeah.
Since he struggled so much with Bivol, I'm like, I wonder how they actually do it. I was actually picking him to beat those guys easy, but now I'm like, what if he was to struggle against those guys? You know what I mean? Because those guys are natural light heavies too, and they're like a lot bigger.
I said it to multiple people, and nobody believed me. I said I saw Canelo get hurt against Kovalev, and Kovalev was on his last leg, and all he was throwing was a jab. That's all he threw against Canelo. And I saw Canelo getting hurt. I already saw the writing on the wall. He cannot compete at 175. So, yes, to answer your question, I think it's a strong possibility either one of those guys spark him because they're a lot more aggressive than Bivol.
Now they may not be like have elite level skills like him, but the bigger strong is a lot bigger and stronger than he is.
Yeah, but you don't always need elite level skills. When you're bigger, stronger, if you can inflict enough damage, you get the guy out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they may not have Canelo's skill set or whatever else, but like what they do have is size and power over him. And like that'll show in the fight because since he struggles so much, I'm like, damn, what if he was not decisively beat those guys and struggling against guys like that? That'd be insane. That'd be wild.
I mean, it sounds wild, but it's really not because, like I
Yeah.
tell everybody, there's a weight class for a reason. Real
Yes.
life, not
Yes.
movie.
No,
This
no,
ain't
no, no, no. I just said wow because that's probably what his fans would be like. He lost to Joshua. He got knocked out by Buatsi or Craig. Oh my God, how did that? I'm like, well,
yeah.
these guys were natural light heavy. He's a lot bigger than he was. You know
But
what I
that's
mean?
my point, and I'm gonna bring this up because I bring it up all the time, and I know people hate that I bring it up, so I'm gonna keep bringing it up. It's like idiots who think Bruce Lee could beat up Mike Tyson in a fight. Like the dumbest shit I've heard in my fucking life. Like you gonna tell me a 137-pound guy is gonna beat up a 220-pound tank that knocks out other guys who are 240, 250, 6 foot something? Get the fuck out of here.
Because I was talking, because I remember I was talking, I think I was on your channel, I brought this up. Like, Michael John White got a lot of heat for saying he beat Bruce Lee.
And the only reason why he said what he really believed.
Yeah.
Like, I remember talking about this. He said exactly how he felt. Bruce Lee was little, I'm big, he would lose. And he reneged on it because of all that backlash. But he didn't really, when he apologized for it, he didn't really mean it. He just did it to get people off of him. But he knows deep down in his heart.
Oh, he knows, yeah.
Shit out of him.
Look, it's funny because, like,
AJ, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't care how crazy it fucking sounds. I'm out of shape. I ain't really worked out hard in 12 weeks, but I'm still 200 fucking pounds. Ain't no way. I don't give a fuck who it is. Ain't no motherfucking 137-pound person gonna beat me in a fucking fight. Ain't no fucking way. No fucking way. If I can't keep up with you with my hands, I'm just gonna fucking bear hug you and take you to the ground and break you. Like, there ain't no fucking way.
It's like, I mean, that's true about power, man. That shit is natural because, like my friend, right? He's never boxed before, right? Never sparred. Like a close friend of mine. Like he's a big guy. He's pretty heavy. He's kind of heavy set, and like he actually, I'm taking him on the pads, right? I'm just showing him combinations and stuff like that. Man, he hit me with a left hook and damn near dislocated my shoulder. And I'm like, oh, what the? I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? I'm like, oh, bro, he's like, bro, you okay? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good, but damn, bro, I'm like, you sure you never boxed? Yeah, no, man. I'm like, damn, bro, you can punch, man. Shit. So I'm wondering, like, if I ever gotta, like, you know, if I spar him, it's like I gotta be extra careful. You know what I'm saying? Because he could probably lay my ass out.
I mean, look, maybe not. The thing is, a smaller guy can beat a bigger man. It can happen, okay?
Yeah.
But that is in terms of a smaller man fighting a bigger man who's not trained, okay?
Yeah.
Then the smaller man has
Tony. Once we sparred, I was schooling him. I was kind of piecing him up. I was making a miss. I was hitting him with jabs and body shots and stuff like that.
But the thing is, if you were in there sparring Anthony Joshua, you
was
no chance.
Nope. I wouldn't last one round. One round.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand. Like I see on YouTube all the time, people like skinny guy beats up swole guy. But that don't mean shit. Like, just because somebody looks like they're muscular doesn't mean they're strong. Doesn't even mean they lift weights. You got some people, like in my youth, whenever I was like 14, 13 years old, I weighed probably like 140 pounds, shredded like Bruce Lee, and I didn't do shit. It just naturally shredded, you know what I mean? But that didn't mean I worked out.
It's funny, there's this channel that I subscribe to where, like, you know, this guy, he posts compilation of, like, you know, bodybuilders and guys who, like, you know, mixed martial arts, guys who don't box, right? They go in there with, like, ex-pro boxers and guys who box, and they get fucking schooled and eventually knocked out and dropped by guys who are much larger than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you don't know how to fight, you don't know how to fight. Like,
I mean, because it's funny. It's like, you know, Burt Cooper, right? The heavyweight, RIP.
Yeah.
He had I think he went somewhere where he challenged like a bear. I mean, I think this is like towards, like, you know, the twilight at the end of his career. He was pretty much just taking whatever he could, doing what he ever could to make money. He fought this bare knuckle champion who had a record of, like, I don't know, 40-0 or some shit. Man, Burt Cooper whooped this. I mean, in a boxing match, right? Burt Cooper whooped this guy's ass so easily, he didn't even break the sweat. You know what I'm saying? And knocked him out in like 1 or 2 rounds.
Right.
And it's like Well, dude's a bare knuckle boxing champion. Like he never okay, but he never fought in a boxing match. Like Burt Cooper was in wars, bro, with tons of legendary heavyweights, had epic fights, tons of all. It's like all this elite boxing experience. Well, I'm sure you already know this, but yeah. But I mean, but he got in there with Burt Cooper, wasn't even competitive. This so-called bare knuckle boxing champ. You know what I mean?
Because even though he's bare knuckle boxing, the quality of opposition is so much lower.
Yeah, I mean, like who? Okay, yeah, because we could ask like, okay, he's a bare knuckle boxer. Who's he knocking out? Truck drivers, road sweepers,
Right.
ice cream truck drivers, UPS store. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And that's the thing about it, like, it's irrelevant what you see on like YouTube, little dude knock out big dude, it's irrelevant because the big dude may not know how to fight. The little dude may have known how to fight, but what I can tell you is, if two people don't know how to fight, the bigger man is at a huge advantage. And if both guys know how to fight, and the weight difference is greater than, say, 30 pounds, then the little dude's in a lot of fucking trouble. A lot of trouble.
It's like what you told me like the other night, like on the live, when you said that story like how you hitting people and you knocking them out when you were younger. Like I'm saying, like, you remember the story you told me how you was like, getting into fights and you was knocking out people with like ease when you were younger. Like that, like there's a video that went viral on Twitter not that long ago. I'm not sure what it was, but like there was these kids, like I don't know if it was a house party, but there was kids that was picking on this little guy, this small guy. So they push him around, they start chasing, like two kids start chasing him. I shit you not, this little kid like hit both of them just once, lays them the fuck out. Like one was literally unconscious on the floor, and like he won't even wake up. He might have knocked him into a coma. I'm not sure, but I'm like, and I put up a response that I said, this kid should immediately consider a future in combat sports.
Right. I mean, and that's where somebody young shows a natural ability. You know?
Yeah, because like that guy, I mean, that kid, I mean, because I don't know if he had prior fighting experience, but if he didn't, like that, he definitely has natural punching power, and he needs to like learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, because I believe Teddy Atlas was right. Punches aren't made; they're born. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like anything.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Punchers are born, sprinters are born, and people with raw natural strength are born. Like,
I was on a track team when I was in high school, right? I ran track and cross country. I don't know if I mentioned that, but no, I did it. It's because no, I did because when I was in elementary school, I would always win the races between the kids. Always. Like, I would always come in first. Like the class of like 30 plus kids or however many it was, I'd always win every day. Always. And that just told me, okay, I got a gift for running. You know what I mean? Why didn't I put this to the test like when I get older? That shit wasn't fun because like I eventually got fatigued and got tired. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was younger, I felt like I had all this energy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but then getting older, I got fatigued, tired of this. Like, but it's still something like a leisurely fun activity I did because like I had a knack for running.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell, like, if somebody is naturally gifted for something or not. That's not to say that somebody who's not gifted can't be good at something. You know what I mean? But because there's other, like, fighting is different than other sports. Like, you're either fast or you're not. There's no amount of heart that's going to make you run faster than you can run. It's not going to happen. No matter how much heart you have, you're not going to beat Usain Bolt in a race unless you were just born fast.
Faster than he was, or just fast as he was, or faster than he was.
Right. But in a fight, it's a little different because you have a lot of will behind it. Like,
I mean, it's like a perfect example of this. Like, is the I know you see the Lee Wood Michael Conlan fight. That's an example because like I picked Mike Conlan to win, and he dropped Lee Wood heavy and came close to stopping him in the second round, but Lee Wood didn't give up. He stayed in the fight, kept on Mike's ass, was breaking him down, then got a highlight reel knockout of the year candidate in the last round and knocked his ass through the ropes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he just did that through like pretty much sheer will alone, not necessarily skill, just will. You know what I mean?
And that's a tangible that can't be weighed. You know what I mean? Like how much heart, determination, grit somebody has, what they're willing to walk through, what they're willing to take to try to balance the scale. You know what I mean? But again, you're only going to be as good as you're going to be off your natural attributes. You know what I mean? There's a cap for everybody in anything. Whether,
I think it's like I always had this debate about, well, it's not a debate. Me and my dad, we all just talk about Roy Jones. Like, he's probably like the most naturally, athletically gifted fighter like to ever exist, probably. You know what I mean? But but my dad was saying, he was trying to like tell me when I was young, like when I was just getting into boxing or whatever. He was saying, but he was never good at fundamentally wise. He wasn't.
He was never good at fundamentals.
Never. And so hence when he got older, all that shit, he was still doing the same thing. So hence he started getting pretty much, when he's past break, starts getting knocked out after knockout by guys he probably would have beat with ease in his prime. You know what I mean?
Well, he had a couple of things going for him. One, he got older, so he slowed down. Two, he kept fluctuating in weight, which even hurt him even more. But the thing about it is this. Your dad's right, because everything Roy Jones Jr. did in his prime was wrong. Everything.
His
footwork worked.
But his natural reflexes and athletic ability allowed him to get away with all that stuff.
Yeah, because the thing about Roy was, like you said, he was so fast and his reaction time was so quick. It didn't matter what mistakes he made because nobody could catch him.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, like you put a prime Roy Jones, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, in the ring with anybody, he beats him.
Yeah, you talking about if you could blow him up or shrink him down?
Yeah. I saw a prime Roy Jones at like 168, went unbeatable. Like nobody beats that guy. Like seriously.
I've always said that because I mean, it's not often that you see two guys in the same era, undefeated in their prime, who will go on to be Hall of Famers. It's not often to see that. And the way Roy Jones Jr. beat James Toney so easily.
Oh my God! I mean, look what he did. Like, look what he did to B-Hop. I mean, like, I was just about to say, like, he beat a prime James Toney and a B-Hop with ease. And those guys later became. Look what they did after that. They became Hall of Famers. And look what they went on to achieve. You know what I mean?
And both of them had more longevity than Roy Jones.
Yep.
But that's the thing, like you said, if you could go prime for prime. Like Mike Tyson is by far my favorite fighter. Whether you want to call it New York favorism or what, I don't care. But in my opinion, Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter of all time. But my second favorite fighter of all time is Roy Jones Jr. And I agree with you. A prime for prime Roy Jones, if people blow him up, shrink him down, there's not a fighter that's ever fought that could beat him in that boxing ring. I don't believe anybody could have beat him. I think if you want to go who they like to say is defensively the best, I think Roy Jones Jr. would have beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. just as easily as he did James Toney, if not worse.
Yep.
He's just too fucking fast.
I mean, it's funny you say that because like Montel Griffin was like, I'm not sure where the source for this was. Hopefully it's valid, but on Wikipedia, Montel Griffin, who fought Roy and sparred Floyd, he said, "Oh, it wasn't even a comparison to speed. Roy was much faster than Floyd was."
Yeah, by far. But it's not just his speed; it's his reaction time. It was his ability to see shit and just be gone. Like,
it's like literally he could like see every two moves you're about to make before you do it. You know what I mean? Like that's how like quick he was in his reflexes. I mean, like, God, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like
nobody was matched to him.
Like I was gonna say, like, if he just saw a ripple in your shoulder, right? He's already gone before your fucking arm moved, just off of seeing one little ripple in the shoulder, in the muscle. Like, that's how quick he was to react. Like, the shit, like, Roy Jones is like a highlight reel legend. Like
there's no joke. I mean, like, one of the best knockouts I've ever seen is like when he knocked out Virgil Hill when he broke his ribs with that body shot. It's like Virgil didn't even see that coming at all.
Right.
Like just completely blindsided him. It's like, damn, I don't think anybody could have avoided a shot like that. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's just, and that right there is God-given natural ability, what he had.
Yes.
Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, even though he trained, not saying he didn't train, but he was so much more gifted in speed that it didn't matter who the other person was. There's just nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do.
Nothing at all.
The only way he might have been able to lose is if you put him over in MMA and somebody could grab him. That's it.
I mean, I think honestly, let's just say like he after he beat John Ruiz, he stayed a heavyweight, somebody would have got to him eventually.
Maybe.
You think? I mean, like, you think? I'm trying to list some heavyweights who were around at that time because he beat Ruiz. Then you had Lennox. Vitaly Klitschko was coming up.
You had all of them. You had Holyfield, Tyson.
Holyfield was kind of past it by that point, though. But James Toney was making noise at heavyweight too himself. So
yeah, but I think so. The fundamentals, coming back to what you were saying earlier, him having bad fundamentals, because it was so fast, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's like yeah. And if you go, you need to have that stuff. Hence, Bernard Hopkins' longevity and how he was able to compete for so long at an advanced stage because he was very fundamentally sound himself.
Right. But as you get older, speed's the first thing you lose before anything.
Yes.
If you're a speed fighter and that's all you got is speed, it's bad for you when you get older. And that's really all Roy had was his speed. Shit.
This reminded me of something I got to do at some point. I got to set up my home gym.
What's that?
No, that's reminding me of this. I got to set up my home gym at some point.
Well, this ain't my gym. This is like in the community thing in the neighborhood.
Oh, got you.
Shit, I wish this was in my house. Shit.
I already know what I'm saying. I'm gonna a bar in there. I'm gonna get some dumbbells, a speed bag, a punching bag. That's pretty much all I need. I'm set after that.
So like, I've got the heavy. My problem is like I gotta buy a new stud finder because my stud finder can't find the beams in my garage to be able to hang my bag.
Got you. I was actually gonna get a standing heavy bag, like one filled with sand.
Wait. Oh, you're talking about like the red ones? They can go up and down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like a standing bag. It's on a stand and like the standard. You put water or sand. Yeah. So I was gonna get that instead of hanging one up. So yeah.
Yeah, those work real good. Another good one like that is the one that's got the dude with the face and the torso.
Yeah.
It stands the same way. Those are
good. Yep. Yeah.
Man, them things though.
I was pondering whether or not I should get a reflex bag. The shit that Ryan Garcia be hitting, and he think he hot shit.
Yeah. So whenever I was boxing, we never had the reflex bag like that. We had.
It is. I know this is on new shit. I said this is probably on new shit they had. So yeah. So it's like my pop said because my dad used to box. I mean, he wasn't professionally because my dad he was born and raised in Philly. And he came up during the golden era of the 70s when like all the middleweights and heavyweights, Fraser Gym, stuff like that. So he was around all that stuff, and he boxed himself. I mean, never pro or anything like that, but he boxed. He was captain of the boxing team in the Navy, and he was just saying like all this new shit they got training wise. It's like he said, son, if I was like to train you, I'd just have you do old school shit. If I'm being honest, you know what I mean?
But they had the double end bag.
Yeah.
What that is it looks like a bungee cord from the floors.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Kind of like a reflex. Well, not a reflex bag, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it looks like a speed bag in the middle. Then there's another bungee cord that goes up to the roof. When you hit it, it goes back and slings back towards you.
Your perfect example, Rocky 3. No. Just flick it, Rock. Just flick it.
Yeah. So I used to train on double end bags. They used to be my favorite because when you hit it, you step around it, catch it from the side, and come back around. It works on movement. What Ryan's got is good, but if you notice, whenever he hits on it, he's more stationary in front of it because it only travels
one way, really.
Well, it
allows for upper body movement, not so much as leg movement. So
right, and the travel on it's only about this much. It's only where the spring is to the top of it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the double end bag, the harder you hit it, the further back it goes, the further it's going to travel, and the quicker it's going to come towards you.
Yes.
So while his bag is neat looking because he just stands there and taps and do, like the double end will make you have to move.
Yes. And in the boxing ring, you have to do a lot more than just upper body movement to, punches. So, yeah. Hey, Tony, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you good? Last one. try to jump on the phone. Keep this going for a second. And let's wipe everything down. Okay. So, kind of trying to do this shit without cutting it off. All right. Let's go here. Let's go here.
What up with it? So I just hydrate.
Trying to switch over to the phone.
Trying to flush the sickness out of my body. I'm hydrating. Ugh.
Hey man, definitely stay hydrated. Eat some soup. That'll help you out a lot.
I was about to run to the after this, probably run to the store, get some Theraflu with some meds.
Where did you say you lived again?
Union City, California, the Bay Area.
But I wouldn't live in Cali for nothing. Shit, way too expensive.
What you telling? Shit.
It's like I would never move to New York. Let me tell you something. I hate seeing New York license plates in my neighborhood. I hate seeing New York license plates in Georgia. I hate seeing California plates in Georgia, and I'm gonna tell you why. 3 years ago, maybe about 4 years ago, when I got my house, right? There was no New Yorkers, no really people from Cali living here. You saw a few, but it was a few. Now they're flooding Georgia, right? The property value has gone up 3 times the amount. My house in 4 years has jumped up 3 times its original value because of the inflation in the property. And that was the thing that was so great about the South. Property was so cheap, but people from New York, they come here, they vote the same way, do the same things that fucked up our state, and now they gonna come down here and fuck up Georgia. Fucking hate it. I hate it.
Like, how much?
Here. It makes no sense.
I mean, you bet your rent is like. I mean, cause I look at most shit and like, dude, you wouldn't believe how much a studio costs out here.
I could imagine. Probably your rent is probably way more than my house.
It's crazy, man. It's ridiculous.
I guarantee you.
As much shit is like they think everybody's rich and is made of money around here. You know what I mean?
It's because of how people vote. It's trash, man. They ruin the property value.
I don't vote personally.
Let's see. Oh. Okay, hold on. How do I leave? I see end. I don't see leave. I thought it was a leave button.
By the way, my pops likes your channel. I showed him your prediction video of Kambosos Lopez back when the fight. He was one of the naysayers that didn't believe it. You know what I mean? And he was actually in awe after the fight was over. I'm like, oh shit, he was right. He was absolutely right. I'm like, I know, right? He wasn't he? I don't believe neither.
Hold on one second. I'm listening to see what I'm trying to get out off the stream here.
What up, dude?
Okay, there we go. We're on the phone.
Can you hear? Yeah, I can hear you. You good? I can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wish I would have been right on the fucking Dillian
White fight. I know. I'm actually pissed at Dillian, if I'm being honest. I don't get mad at boxers much, but it's like, bro, we was pulling for you, and it's what you do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm gonna put it like this. I still believe Katie Taylor lost that fight.
Believe what you want, I know.
but I will say this. even though I did not get the decision to go the way I said it would, how the fight was going to play out played out exactly like I said it would. Exactly.
Taylor Serrano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, well, you know what? I mean, it's funny. Like her being in that fight kind of told me something. I said, her days are numbered.
Well, she's 35 years old too.
Yeah, man, about to be 36. So it's like, you know, and taking a beating like that and punishment like that, I don't think eventually somebody's going to get her if she keeps fighting. You know what I mean?
Well, the only way she's going to lose is if
she's knocked out. I think if she's probably knocked out or stopped.
Yeah, because first off, all of Eddie's prime fighters, he's not going to let them lose on the cards anymore.
Nope.
Because all his fighters are taking L's.
Yeah, they are. I mean, like, it's yeah. And he's going to protect Conor. He's not going to put him in any risky situations. So,
I mean, the zone may part ways with him pretty soon.
Yeah, man, that'll suck, man. Because I like Eddie's cards. He puts on good fights. You know what I mean?
Back on the right track with champions. Hold on, I think my car took you over. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think your car did take you over. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you now. But yeah, like the problem with Eddie is. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'd be able to be ashamed of the zone terminate because he puts on good cards. I mean, I like his fights. You know what I mean?
He does, but the problem is he's not generating no money.
Yeah.
Like he pays these guys an absurd amount, and then he just lost. So he lost Devin Haney. Canelo took an L. Joshua took an L. Like this dude's. And the thing is the thing that I don't like about Eddie Hearn is he only builds one fighter per weight class. So he puts all his eggs in one fucking basket. He doesn't have like a safe, like top rank. It don't matter if somebody loses at top rank because Bob Arum's got like 15 other dudes to take that dude's place in the same division.
Oh, yeah, like a stable of young lions. Yeah.
Right. Eddie didn't do that.
It's funny because like what I don't like about Eddie Hearn, I mean, just basically all promoters, like you could include Eddie in this as well. It's like you could easily tell who he wants to win a certain fight, even though the other fighter that's fighting as well is also signed to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I don't like that. Like Frank, everyone wanted that. Like in Dubois Joyce, he wanted Dubois to win, even though Joyce is signed to him. Like Canelo Bivol just now, he wanted Canelo to win, even though Bivol signed to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. If you have two fighters like who are signed to you fighting, you don't lose. You should be happy because whoever wins, you still win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you should.
Tony?
Off? No, you're not gonna turn off. All right then.
Okay, you got to cut off for a couple seconds.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to cut the car off, but it doesn't want to get off of Bluetooth. So just give me a second.
For sure. Okay.
Whenever I close this door and lock it, it'll cut off. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. You.
Read you loud and clear. Got you.
All right, cool. We back. All right. So, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if Canelo loses, he should have been building Bivol to be just as big, just in case, to the build-up. Should have been showing all his highlights, made people be like, yo, this is a really good fighter, not a mismatch for Canelo. But this guy could really beat Canelo, but instead he let everybody believe that it was a mismatch, and now he's got a guy that beat his cash cow that he built nothing up around.
Yeah, and it's like even though he beat Canelo, let's say like, you know, there's a lot more eyes on him, and I'm sure a lot more people know who he is, but will that increase his popularity?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Say that again. Say what you just said.
And I'm saying like even though like he beat Canelo, aka the cash cow boxing, like and like there's a lot more people probably know who he is now as opposed to before. But will that increase his popularity going forward?
I don't know because they haven't really put a lot of promotion into him.
Yeah, I mean, like, before that, I was saying, like, you know, I don't like how I was kind of like opposed to how he was being matched anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not, I mean, you know, he's fighting Craig Richards, then he fights, I mean, he wasn't really fighting like a lot of noteworthy competition that'll jump out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what Hearn needs to do is say F the Canelo rematch and get him in there with Better Beaver Joe Smith.
Yes, I agree fully. Like, he should be devoting all his time to making that fight.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, because since Canelo was the plan, but now since Bivol spoiled the plans, had me laughing, by the way, when he said, "I'm sorry, Eddie, if I spoiled your plans with Golovkin."
Okay. Okay, what? You talking too? I'm talking. We talking. Everybody talking. AJ over there talking, and you don't even know who that is.
Hi.
I already walked away. She got mad because she was trying to make some stupid message on her phone as I was walking in.
Anyway, by the way, like, if you argue, just take it from the book. Can you hear me?
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. I'm washing my hands. Yeah. Say that again.
And I was saying, like, if you ever find yourself arguing, just take this message from a book that was written by a comedian in regards to relationships. Perhaps we wouldn't fight so much if you just shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
That's the title of the book. Yeah. So.
Nah, you know what works? I'm gonna tell you what works. This is how you end all arguments. When they start getting mad at you, just take your thumb, do it like a thumbs up, and put it right in their butt. They'll just walk away.
Oh shit! Damn, man, don't make me cough. Damn, it hurts to cough. Damn, I'm trying not to laugh. Oh shit! That's all. I'm laughing and I'm coughing, and it kind of hurts to cough. Oh shit!
Don't hurt yourself too much.
Oh shit!
It's a great way. Like, you start getting loud, just thumb in the butt. That's it. Argument over.
That'll do it.
It's done. Don't lock me out.
Anyway, what's your thoughts on Lemieux? Benavidez Lemieux this weekend. You tuning in for that?
Here's the thing. David Lemieux really hasn't been that good for a very long time, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost every time he's truly stepped up in quality. I believe he's a former champion in middleweight.
He is, yeah. Until Golovkin took his belt.
Yeah. Golovkin beat him bad. Billy Joe Saunders embarrassed him.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be able to see how much of a chin Benavidez really has, because Benavidez is there to be hit. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw a lot of shots.
David has several highlight reel KOs on his
You talking about Lemieux?
Yeah, Lemieux. Yeah, he's got several highlight reel KOs, and those are pretty eye-catching. I mean, you know what I think of when I see those? I think of Julian Jackson.
That's who he reminds you of.
Yeah, when I see him sparking people out the way he did.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker can punch. I mean, if he has an ounce of that left, David's in trouble. I mean, like one of those, like, if he catches him clean, and
well, David's definitely there to be hit.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny? I mean, I'm picking one, but I keep forgetting both the names of fucking David. Anyway, I'll just say Benavidez. I'll just go by last name. But anyway, just Benavidez is there to be hit, but like, I'm still picking him to win. But I mean, because I know I follow a guy who's actually picking Lemieux for the upset. But here's the thing: he picked Bivol to beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The same guy. So it's like, oh, we'll see. Like,
well, I know me and a bunch of other people were picking Bivol to beat him as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would go with that though. Like, if he believes the upset, but I don't know. It depends. Like, we're really gonna. How many power punches has Benavidez been in there against? How many power punches has actually caught him on the chin?
That's a good question. Well,
like,
Gavro put him on his ass.
Who was a knockout artist that he actually fought? And I can't think of one. And I'm about to pull up his box rec right now just to see if he's actually ever fought a knockout artist like David. Let's see. David Benavidez. Boom. Who's the hardest puncher you've ever fought? Wouldn't be Chiron, Ellis, Durrell. Maybe Durrell. Maybe Anthony Durrell might have been the hardest puncher he ever fought.
Well, technically, we could say it's Gorilla because he put him on his ass in the first fight.
Yeah, but even Darrell isn't like a killer with punching power.
Nah.
But I would say that that's probably the hardest puncher looking at his record that he's fought.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I can see.
Let's see. David Lemieux, he's on a 2 knockout streak. In his last 4, he's had 3 knockouts.
For instance, 2, David Zagara, Max Bersac.
Nobody was named.
Oh, yeah, he fucked up Gary Sullivan. I remember that.
Yeah.
Just one right, yeah.
Yeah. He did. But, Sullivan's like...
No, yeah, no. I mean, Sullivan ain't really it, so...
And he's looked like he's been 45 years old for the last 10 years. So, like, Sullivan got that stupid throwback 50s mustache. Like, that dude looks like he came right out of a 50s movie. Like,
yeah. It's like he looks like a younger Mr. Monopoly if he was real. That's what he looks like. A younger, yeah, with the mustache. He's just missing the monocle. That's all. You give him one. It's like that's it.
Let me see though. Let's see. What's this guy's chin looking like? 6 losses, never been knocked out. The Eastern European fighter, so he's probably going to be tougher. Who else didn't he knock out? A Canadian. He's got 1 knockout loss in his history. Liam Williams knocked this dude out, and Lemieux couldn't.
Who?
Kareem Accord?
Kareem McCord? Oh, okay. He beat that guy in points, and when Liam Williams stopped him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, styles make fights, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna see how much of a chin Benavidez really has because he's there to be hit.
Yeah. Honestly, I might tune in for this fight. I think I'll tune in. I'll check it out just to see how it plays out.
Let's go back to David Lemieux. I like David Lemieux though.
I do. Yeah, seems like a decent guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just skill wise, there's not much there. He's got power, but not much skill wise though. So
he's not
just a puncher, really. So yeah, so not a technically gifted boxer, but yeah, dude can crack.
Yeah.
He's got that trademark hairstyle back too as well, I think. I saw him on the use an open workout. I saw some people, oh shit, he grew that shit back.
Maybe that's what he needed. Maybe that's what he was missing.
Yes. Because I was saying it's like, if Dylan White comes back in with the trademark mark, I'm like, Tyson Fury's in trouble.
I didn't even see this right here. He said Kambosos comes from Pacquiao's camp. He is a special talent. He needs to be in the top 5 pound for pound after. I disagree with that.
Who said that?
Same thing that I say about Errol Spence Jr. Like
who's saying that?
What are you talking about in the chat?
Oh, in the chat. You reading the chat? Oh, okay, I didn't see that. When the Kimbo Skull Packer, he's better. Oh no, hell no, man, nah.
But
I mean, I don't like ranking fighters who just did the work in one weight class. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my thing. That's like I don't even understand how like people put Errol Spence Jr. as a pound for pound fighter. Like
how the hell was he not, like ahead of Jamal Charlo? Like I mean, they just released the ring rankings, right? Errol Spence is like number 3, I think, or 3 or 4, and Jamel is number 10, and he holds the ring belt, and Errol doesn't.
But the thing is,
and he's undisputed, and Earl's not. So, like, I don't
Earl's never been undisputed. But the thing about it is, there's people that rate him over Inoue, who is a multi-divisional champion. Like,
yeah, I mean, see, me with me, it matters about if the multi-division champs, how many belts they've hold. I mean, what really matters to me, like honestly, if they're a current champion, or they've because there's one list that's like I like a lot is Julius's ring IQs. Like his pound for pound list is kind of like I mean I really like what he's working with. I mean like for him it's like you got to be a champion to even be considered at all. Like if you don't have the belt, you don't get on the list. Like his top, his pound for pound. I mean, but like I mean just to me it's like you can't just do your work in one weight class. You gotta move up or be multi-divisional. You know what I mean? And you have to be a current champion.
Well, here's my thing. When I look at pound for pound, He said Crawford should not be number one. I think
Well,
Terrence
he's not.
Crawford
I don't think
should
he's
be
not. I
one.
think he's probably top 2 or top 3. I'd say so.
I think Crawford is number one pound for pound, in my opinion.
Yeah, because last I'm saying is like, if you want to like weigh like accomplishments, yeah, you could put Crawford at number 1 because like he's been undisputed,
But
3 division champ, while Usyk and Inoue, like Usyk just 2 division undisputed and Inoue just 3 division unified. Like making the comparisons, Crawford has done and accomplished a lot more than they have.
but my thing is this: I don't know how Julius does his pound for pound,
Yeah,
and everybody's entitled to do their own how they
their own
do.
opinion. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
But
just
but
teach his own for everybody. So yeah,
but my thing is this: I don't. Of course, you got to have some type of accolades, some type of accomplishments to be placed on my pound for pound, right? But here's my thing about it: I don't just look at like how many divisions you've had a title or have you been undisputed. I look at your quality of opposition in each weight class. Okay,
that too. Yeah, yeah, as well. Yeah. There's also it's
that
kind of like
quality.
how many champions that you beat too,
No,
and
no, 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 no. It ain't even about that. When I look at like, even if it's how many champions you beat, it's not just beating them; it's how you beat them, how dominant you are. Are you struggling with these guys, or are you blazing them? Like, and that's the thing. Like, people can say what they want about Terrence Crawford, but this dude's done knocked out every single person he's fought at 147 pounds. Like,
he has, yeah, he
regardless,
stopped everybody, even undefeated fighters.
and he makes it look easy.
And people
He
that have
knocked
never been stopped
Porter.
before, hence i.e. Sean Porter. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, just like I said, he would knock out Sean Porter. He knocked out Sean Porter. I always knew he would knock out Sean Porter, and people claim that can never be done. Da, 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 da. He dominated him.
No, like there's a first time for everything. You know what I mean? Everything. Like just no fighters about like Errol Spence is undefeated. That's that Errol Spence could be. Come on, even though Errol Spence, like people like to praise Errol Spence, they always got he's tough. He's one man down. Yeah, he could be knocked out too if he's hit right and stopped. You know what I mean? Crawford just might be the guy to do it. So yeah, so they better be careful.
What's that? Say that again.
I'm saying if he fights Crawford, Crawford just might be the man to do it. You know what I mean?
You talking about know. Spence?
If Spence and Crawford fight, yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. Like
I know you're skeptical. I know, but this is why I want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see the fight too, but it's going to be a hard fight for both of them. It's not going to be a
hard. Oh, no, it is. That's why I want to see it so much. I mean, the top 2 guys are welterweight, still undefeated. All the marbles on the line now, undisputed. They have to fight. They got to fight, man.
No, I agree, but let me go to this comment right here about who has Crawford beat to consider himself number 1 pound for pound. He don't have any special wins. I hate this. I kill this argument every single time. He became undisputed when Gamboa was the number 1 guy at 140. LOL, but he didn't fight anyone who we want him to. So let's go through this real fast, because here's the problem that people don't understand about Terrence Crawford. Okay, so let's get into this real fast with Gamboa. Now,
Gamboa was at the 135 pounder. He wasn't at 140.
Right. But let's get into this. This was at 135 pounds. Here's the thing about it. When Terrence Crawford fought Gamboa, that wasn't the Gamboa of today that lost to Haney, to Tank Davis, etc., lost to Isan Cruz. That was not the same Gamboa. When Terrence Crawford fought Gamboa, he was a top 10 pound for pound fighter, undefeated, no losses, pound for pound fighter. He got blazed by Terrence Crawford. He got stopped. Okay,
bounced him off the fucking canvas.
Well, that was a pound for pound undefeated fighter. Okay, now you could go. Who else did he beat? Delorme was a good win by him. Not a great win, but it was still a good win whenever he beat Delorme. I think Delorme at the time may have only had 1 loss.
He did,
but I do know who he beat that was undefeated. He also went on to fight Victor Postol. Now, when he fought Postol was undefeated. Never lost to anybody, okay? Now, people want to say the era of when Bud was at 140 was weak. However, here's the problem that I look at. Josh Taylor, he struggled way worse with Postol than Bud did. Bud beat him easily. Secondly, Ramirez should have lost to Postol. Postol beat Ramirez. I don't care what anybody says. Postol won that fight. Ramirez lost. And again, I come back full circle to Terrence Crawford beat him easily while he was undefeated. So there's another guy. Then you go up the next guy, because I remember these now because I've talked about it so much. Then he fights Undago, Indongo was another undefeated fighter. Now, people like to say, well, what did he do after he lost? It doesn't matter because there's a lot of fighters in boxing who are never the same after they get their first loss. They just fall off. When Terrence Crawford fought Indongo, Indongo was the next guy. He was the next big thing. People were hyping him up like he was going to do something. And again, it goes in there.
He beat Ricky Burns. He was coming off a first-round hologram knockout, the Travansky guy.
Yep, undefeated, looking good. People were boosting him up. He gets in there with Terrence Crawford and gets knocked out. Blaze. Then we go past that. We go to Jeff Horn, who was the next. And notice again what I'm about to tell you. Undefeated fighter. Another guy, Jeff Horn, undefeated, who fought Pacquiao. Now, regardless how you feel, whether you thought Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn or you thought Jeff Horn won that fight, it's irrelevant. Here's what I will say. There were moments in that fight when Jeff Horn fought Pacquiao that he was ragdolling Pacquiao. He was roughing him up in the clinch, and he made him look like a child at times. It looked like a man against a boy in strength. However, when Jeff Horn got in there with Terrence Crawford, he looked like the child. There was no moment in time that Jeff Horn did anything to Bud but get his ass blazed. Another guy that got knocked out by Terrence Crawford.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Mismatch. That's what that was.
It was a mismatch. But he's a guy that fought with Pacquiao. Regardless how you feel, Pacquiao couldn't stop him. Terrence did.
I'll tell you something. He did a lot better than Pacquiao than Keith did.
He did. Now let's go to another. Let's go to another undefeated fighter that he beat. Then the next guy he fought was Benavidez. People like to say, oh, but he got shot in the leg. He was shot. I'm sorry. He wasn't shot right before the fight. He had plenty of time to recover, and he was still a good fighter at the time that was undefeated. And a lot of people thought Jose Benavidez was going to give Terrence a run for his money. Well, what happened to him? He got his ass blazed. It came late, but he got blazed. Wow, guess what? Yet again, he was undefeated. Then we could go up to the next guy that he fought. Like I said, I got this memorized in my head, AJ. I don't even need to look this up. This is
Me too. So do I. Amir Khan was next.
Yeah, Amir Khan. Now, here's what I will say. People could be like, well, Amir Khan doesn't have a chin. It doesn't matter that he got knocked out. Here's the thing. He didn't get knocked out against Terrence Crawford. He quit. Why did he quit? Did. Why did he quit? Because he got outboxed. Something we've never seen happen to Amir Khan before. Not even Canelo could outbox Amir Khan. Amir Khan was boxing circles around Canelo before he got slept. But he got in there with Terrence and got outclassed. AJ, go ahead and say that word again. Outclassed. Let me hear you say it again. He got what?
Outclassed.
There it is. Outclassed again.
Can I say something else? I'll tell you why I think Khan quit as well. He knew he was about to get knocked out. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. He's like, nah, I ain't sticking around for this bullshit. I've been knocked out brutally before. It's not going to happen again. I'm checking out. I'm done.
And then he goes on to get blazed by Kell Brook. But anyway, Then his next fight, yet again, so he had a break from undefeated fighters. But what did he do? He went against a very good, and when the amateurs, he was a great fighter, and he looked promising in the pros. Now, I know he lost to Virgil Ortiz as well, but Mean Machine fought Terrence Crawford next. And guess what? Mean Machine was undefeated. No loss.
Top 10 in the
he got his ass blazed.
Top 10 in the rankings at 147 too.
Yep.
Don't forget that.
Blaze, knocked out. The Kell Brook win, I won't count that because I felt like when Kell Brook fought EJ, he was weight drained, and whenever he fought Terrence Crawford, he looked like a zombie on the scale. So I don't even count that as a real win. It is what it is. Kell Brook was there to lose. Then he gets in there with Sean Porter, a guy that Earl Spence, people's number one pound for pound, even though I don't see how. Earl Spence couldn't stop Porter. What did Bud do? Stopped his ass. The only one to ever stop Sean Porter. So again,
that sent him into retirement.
Yep. He quit. He quit after Bud. He said, I don't want to fight no more. I'm good. It's done. Put a fork in it. I'm done. So again, while people want to talk all this shit, I guarantee you Terrence Crawford's beat more undefeated fighters at the top level than any of the other guys have.
I mean, I've been saying this as well. Like, you put Danny Garcia, you put a Keith Thurman, Bud knocks them out. That's what I think. I fully believe that.
He is yet to beat someone of the caliber of Ugas. Ugas beat Porter. I disagree with that fully.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny he says that because, like, I mean, but do you agree with what I said prior? Like, if you put a Danny Garcia in there or Keith Thurman, Bud walks right through them as well. I don't see it going any other way.
He does. He'll knock out Danny Garcia and he'll knock out Keith Thurman.
Oh, I didn't want to imagine what he's going to do to Keith. You know what I'm saying? That's his last fight. He'll retire Keith.
He might knock the hairline back in the
Back
gi.
even further. But like, I mean, it's funny because like I was saying, if Ugas, I mean, I'm saying like he's saying he's caliber of Ugas, like Ugas beat Porter. I'm like, okay, but then Spence, look what he did to Ugas. I mean, like honestly, I think that like if Ugas was in there with Crawford, same thing would have happened. Crawford would have stopped him too. Pacquiao would have stopped Horn if the referee didn't allow.
But this is the thing about it. Look, the referee didn't stop Jeff Horn for using elbows and headbutts and everything else against Terrence Crawford. Jeff Horn just couldn't do it because he was too weak to do it against Bud. Like you got to understand, this is what people don't get. Did Jeff Horn fight Pacquiao dirty? Yes, he did. But Jeff Horn fought everybody dirty. Why can't he do it to Bud?
Thank you. Good point. There you go.
Like a leopard.
I mean, it's funny. Like I have this thing about Jeff. I don't really he's. I mean, like to me, Jeff, he fights like an asshole. That's his fighting style. Like even with against Tim Tszyu, I'm like, oh, this guy, wow. That's why I'm glad. I'm kind of glad with Tam when Tim whooped his ass. But he needs to fight someone who he wanted to. Well, welcome to boxing. We don't always get what we want.
Look, Terrence Crawford's been trying to fight EJ. I don't care what the channels who love EJ, and I go over there to them channels too. Like, I love talking to people from all different perspectives who back certain fighters, who are just fanboys and fangirls for days. But here's the deal.
By the time, how long has Bud been calling out EJ? How many years?
He ran up on him.
How long has that been? When was that? How long was that?
It wasn't Bud saying, I'll take the easy side of the street. It was EJ.
But how long has it been since that happened?
Gosh, what, at least 4 years?
Going on 4 years. He wanted that fight ever since he got to welterweight, but without a belt. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what is Earl saying? Nope, get a belt. Then what's he saying?
He got a belt.
Nope, sides of the street. Oh, then what's he saying? Purse splits. Oh, then what's he saying? Like, you know what I mean? The roadblock after roadblock. And I always bring up this question, like, why did Earl say, let me clean up my side of the street first? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Why couldn't he just go into a Bud fight?
Because it's a fight he could lose.
There you go. That's not me saying that. That's Earl saying that. We're not making that up. He said, let me clean up my side of the street first.
No. He told him, why wouldn't I go the easy route? Why wouldn't I go the easy route? And that's what he did.
Why if I Sean Porter and why if I you and I just fight Sean Porter and take these route? Why wouldn't I?
like this is what I don't get. People will debate this and argue.
They have selective hearing. Spence fans have selective hearing. That's what happens. So that's they only hear what they want to. We bring this up to them and they'll deny it. It goes right when win it right there at the other. We bring up facts. We tell them what Earl said. We bring up articles, concrete proof. Nope, they don't want to believe it. They just don't.
Or they'll find something else that Spence said like 6 months later that contradicts what he said earlier, but that's after Bud's already in a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
Like the fuck?
See, this just tells me, because now, like, when some of them we were making noise about Terrence having to fight Boots, and then some of you say, oh, have him fight Thurman instead. Like, you guys just don't want to see this fight, do you? I mean, are you really that afraid of Errol losing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, why does he have to fight? I mean, Boots isn't Terrence's problem. He's about to be Errol's if the IBF orders the fight.
The only person that's Terrence's problem is Virgil Ortiz.
He's number one, and if the WBO orders that fight, then that he has to do what he has to do. But I think he's still a few months away from having to fight a mandatory. So that's what I'm saying. Get the Spence fight done while you have the chance. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, but I don't even know if Virgil's going to stay at 147.
They say he'll be back. Actually, the Golden Boy released a statement. They say he'll be back this summer. I think in July or August. I don't know where we'll wait though. But he will be back in the ring by the summer sometime. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They was talking about him going to 154.
I think he needs to, man. Like, he can't risk it anymore because he put his health at risk the last time. And everybody said clamoring for Anderson, Ortiz to fight him. Like, that's probably gonna happen at light middleweight, not 147. So
I just don't know how successful he can be at 154 because you got people like Tim Tszyu and Fondora. Mm-hmm. I think Fondora just sparks Virgil Ortiz.
Like, I mean, that dude is gonna be a nightmare for anybody. Like, seriously. Like, it's like fighting one of those car balloons that are at the dealerships. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's those floppy balloons that they hang up and shit. That's what it's gonna be like if you fight that man.
Man, let me tell you something. I have never seen a guy who's 6'7", and that's the height I'm going to go with because every time Fandora does a weigh-in, they change his height. His original height was 6'7". That's what I'm going to say he is. I've never seen a guy who's 6'7", 154 pounds, and fights in the fucking pocket and can generate power.
Yeah, I think he might have ruined Derek Lubin's career.
Yeah.
He'll probably never be the same after that. I feel bad for him after that, man. You know, he did drop. Why he did drop Fandora? I give him props for that. But hey, it's not like it. You know, it helped. So I'm like, great. Now you just made him angry. Now he's gonna start on you again. And I'm like, that's like, damn.
Oh shit! What does it say?
Taylor for T. Okay, well, Teofimo has to have a fight first. I mean, they're not just gonna put him in with him like right away. I don't think so.
Who are they talking about him fighting? I forget.
They said they're gonna. He said he's setting up Taylor. Who, Teofimo or what?
Yeah, Teo's next fight.
Arnold Barboza Jr. was mentioned. I don't know if there's any leeway on that yet. I mean, that's what I heard. He was the opponent that was in talks. I don't know if that's still the case though. So, because he officially did move up to 140, and now you know, just is all about better him getting a fight. Don't know who it is though. I mean, I heard Arnold Barboza Jr., but you know, I don't know if that's still the case.
I don't know. This dude ain't fought in a while.
Plus, and like his mind ain't right, man. You heard some of the shit he's been saying?
No.
All right, so like he came out and said that DAZN set him up. It was a scheme.
Yeah. I heard that a long time.
You're right, yeah, and it just a bunch of other shit he's talking. I'm like, oh god, man, this is not good. This ain't good, man.
Yeah, he said that whenever he lost, he was like, if I was on Top Rank, I would have won. Eddie just wanted me to lose.
Well, no, you lost the fucking fight. That's what happened. So
he had his ass whooped.
Yeah, it wasn't even. I mean, dude, you lost the fight. Have you seen it? I mean, like seriously.
Like if you take if you take away the one knockdown he had on Kambosos, he really didn't do shit.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he just let Kambosos. He got outboxed, out hustled, out skilled. You know what I mean?
Got dropped.
Yep. In the first fucking round.
Hey, what I tell everybody on Ladies Chance channel? I said after that first round, y'all gonna be sitting back in y'all seats like, oh fuck, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be.
Bro, I was wilding, man. Like I was Team George after that. Like seriously, I'm like, let's get this shit, George. Let's get this shit, George. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't understand how people think Devin Haney's gonna beat him.
I don't, for what it's worth. I mean, I'm rooting for him because, like, the stakes are really against him. You know, I mean, he's just kind of the outside guy, Australia. You know, like a lot of things are lined up in his favor, but I'm not picking him to win. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not mind if Devin Haney won the fight.
I have no horse in the race, really. I have no problem with both guys. I mean, like, it made a better man win, or made a best man win. But I'm not picking Devin out there. I can go with him. I just don't, because now that his dad is not there, this kind of prevents an interest, like a unique situation. He's got a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, but I disagree with this comment. Lopez will stop Haney Garcia Tank easy. I disagree with that comment fully.
He could probably stop maybe one or two of those guys.
But I think Devin Haney would box circles around him. I think Ryan Garcia would knock his ass the fuck out. And I think it's a strong possibility Tank Davis knocks him out as well. I don't think he beats any of those three. I've said it from the beginning. I think Teofimo Lopez is a trash fighter. I think he was a flash in the pan, and that's all he'll ever be. He fought Loma on the right night, and that's it. He's not good. He's just not a good fighter. Like, I don't.
Now, he looks good when he's knocking people out, but really that, so. And, like, honestly, I don't like what he said after the Nakatani fight. I'm not fighting taller fighters.
He was crying.
I'm like, man, you little bitch. Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? What you eating?
Some ground beef.
Oh, shit.
But I've never thought Teo was that good. I said it from the beginning. The dude's got zero defense. I don't see what other people see. Like, if I cared about knockouts, I would be saying Deontay Wilder's the greatest fighter that ever fought. But I wasn't that delusional.
Yeah, I mean, like, Lord, it's like, geez. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. We said we don't know how good Deontay Wilder is because he never fought anybody.
We don't. But I can.
It's just a shame. You know what I mean? I mean, like when he stepped up, i.e., 3 times, he drew and lost twice. You know?
Yeah, he should have lost 3 times though.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I can tell you this: I always said I thought Dillian White would knock him out. After what I saw, ain't no fucking way Dillian White would have beat Deontay Wilder.
I agree. I was saying that as well. I mean, like, honestly, I was favoring. I thought it was kind of a 50-50, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's just because they're both big punches and it depended on who connected first. But I was slightly kind of edging Wilder a bit. I mean, which is why I wanted to see the fight. But like then, like after Wilder lost, I said, "Oh, Dillian White fights him now, win." You know what I mean? After he lost the first time,
right?
But now after this Fury fight, I'm like, no way, absolutely no way. You know what I mean? No way. Wilder wins. He gets sparked. Yep. So Usyk is number one. Okay.
We gonna see. We gonna see because if Usyk beats AJ again, we're gonna see how much of a pound for pound he is when he gets in there with Tyson Fury. Because I'm gonna say this: I like AJ. I think AJ.
By the way, Tony, keep talking. I'll be back.
Okay. I think AJ has the heart of a champion, the mind of a champion, the work ethic of a champion. But at the end of the day, AJ could not beat Tyson Fury. There's no fucking way AJ can beat Tyson Fury because there's no way in hell Tyson Fury would ever lose to Andy Ruiz. There's no way. And I don't think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury. I don't. I really don't. I don't see how. And but if he can, I agree. If Usyk was to beat Tyson Fury, he would be the number one pound for pound. I don't give a fuck if he's a heavyweight or not. To me, the dumbest thing ever is to say heavyweights can't be a pound for pound because it was invented for smaller guys, how they would stack up to the bigger man. Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit because pound for pound, you should not be discredited or disqualified because you were born bigger than these little people. You know what I mean? Like, that's bullshit. I've never liked that mindset because at the end of the day, to be pound for pound greater means this. If a heavyweight, okay, is a gold fighter, right? And this smaller guy looks great, but he's only silver. It doesn't matter if you have a pound of silver, that pound of gold is still going to be greater than that pound of silver. Let's say the smaller weight class is you have 2 ounces of silver. Well, you could take that 2 ounces, make it 16 ounces. It's still not going to be as great as 16 ounces of gold. However, if you had 2 ounces of platinum in a smaller weight, and you made it 16 ounces of platinum versus 16 ounces of gold, then yeah, the platinum's better. But at the end of the day, if the heavier weight of the higher quality is still higher quality than the lower weight, the higher weight can still be a pound for pound great.
Yeah, vibranium is the best metal there is.
Vibranium.
If vibranium adamantium, which one do you think?
Vibranium is greater than adamantium.
Yeah,
because it cuts through it.
Yes.
Like there's like a old Wolverine comic book that explained that vibranium can cut right through it because of how it vibrates the atoms.
I mean, like, matter of fact, I know. I don't mean to jump off topic, but what was your favorite Wolverine movie out of the trilogy?
Which one was the favorite?
I know mine. I rank them in order. I'll tell you. I got the Wolverine, Logan, then Origins.
So you like Logan, the last one?
Oh no, I like Logan second. Origins. So the second movie, the third movie, then the first in order. That's for best or worst.
I thought Logan's where he's old, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really like that one.
I know it was a very depressing, sad movie. It just was from start to finish. I mean, but Origins was kind of garbage too as well. Like they fucked up Deadpool. They had a lot of
it was
bullshit cameos. That's what I'm saying. Like the Wolverine, he was in Japan. That was my shit right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the Silver Samurai.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
They went back to what you know what I didn't like about Logan? Yeah. Do you know why he gets old like he does and he doesn't heal the same?
Adamantium poisoning.
Yep. Yes. That's it. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, I know my shit, bro. I'm a comic book movie, bro. I'm a comic book man.
The one thing that makes him the strongest is what makes him the weakest.
And what's killing him. How ironic is that? Yeah, so.
That's crazy.
You see Dr. Strange yet?
I have not. But I heard it should have been called The Wanda Show.
It probably we saw WandaVision, right? The show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that's a nice tie-in as well. You know what I mean? Like, so it helps if you saw that. They, which is what I like about these movies and shows they tie everything together. But I recently wrapped up Moon Knight on Disney Plus not too long ago too.
A lot of people love that. I didn't like it.
You finished it, or you saw it?
Yeah, I saw all 6.
It wasn't like it was okay. It was just confusing at times. I mean, because I don't know, maybe it's the whole personality aspect of the show. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just made it really confusing.
Yeah,
I mean, but it was still, it was decent. I'll give it a maybe, I don't know, 6.5 out of 10. I'd say so.
Yeah, I could give it a 6.5. I could go with that.
Yeah, because like the action was pretty good. I still like the action and like just the main guy. So I think Oscar Isaac is a pretty underrated actor. I'm kind of a fan of his. So.
Well, he had 3 different personalities in this one.
I know.
Though, I didn't know. Like, I got to go back and watch the 6th one because I never watched the end credits to see the 3rd personality.
Oh yeah. They yep. I that confused me at first. I'm like, what the hell? Did I miss something here? Then I had to kind of read the plot to like figure it out. And I'm like, oh, that's that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of confusing. You know what I mean?
Because he wakes up, he's like, "Did you do that?" He was like,
"Yeah." Oh, and see that led me to believe that okay, he must have another person that they might know of. But then, like once they showed the guy, it's like that was actually him. You know what I mean?
But see, the whole thing, the whole thing doesn't make sense to me because it's not a good like tie-in and wrap-in because before he died, he was only him. He didn't get Steven until he was resurrected. So
yes,
where is the tie-in to where it converts over? You know what I mean? And why did that happen?
Yeah.
Like, how do you go your whole life as one person, then you die, get resurrected, now you're 2 people? And then what doesn't make sense to me even more is his 2 personalities both have souls. Because when he went to the underworld, they were both dead. That doesn't even make sense. You shouldn't have it shouldn't be 2 souls. Like what? No.
It should just be like just one, even though you're different, but like you're still like the same guy. Like one
right.
dude.
It's just you're crazy. Yeah. But it's not 2 different entities in you, it's just 2 different personalities in the same body.
You're still sharing it's the same body, the same person, so you should technically have one soul and one spirit.
Right. But somehow he had 2 spirits? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, news was also broken today that they are moving forward with the new Daredevil series on Disney Plus.
We'll have to see how that goes.
You saw the show, right? I mean, the Netflix show? Or yeah.
I saw a couple of the episodes.
Oh, you didn't saw? You never finished it?
Nah.
Oh shit, man. Yeah. Oh, bro. Best superhero show I've ever watched, hands down. Seriously.
Look, I'm gonna say something.
I'm not gonna like it, huh?
No. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I'm gonna
go ahead.
The best show. See, me growing up where I grew up and was around the people that I was around. The first Luke Cage movie, TV show.
Yes,
was the best. The second one, they changed it up a lot to make it more friendly.
Well, you mean there was 2 shows? I mean,
no, there was 2 seasons.
Oh, you mean 2 seasons? Yeah.
The first season,
yes,
was very. I can't say it because political reasons, but
yeah,
it was very tailor-made to one type of genre, right?
Yeah, it was.
And if you're from that area, you've been around that, you would peep what they were doing. But because it was too much of that, I feel like they changed it up in the second one, and the second season wasn't as good as the first one.
That was funny. Like, I know what you're talking about. I kind of thought that would turn off some viewers. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, even like, with one term they were using, I thought that was kind of edgy for that to be included in a Marvel show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just thought it would turn off a lot of people. Like, only like, because like, even like, it's kind of like Tyler Perry's, like how he caters to like a black audience. Like a lot of other people can still watch those movies. You don't have to be black. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's still dealing with like same issues like of everyday life, in with every race, every people. So like a lot of people can still relate to it. But I just thought with that it would turn off a lot of viewers. Like the direction they took the first season. Because like it's funny because like I've seen all the shows. I mean, they're all on Disney Plus now. But I've seen all the shows: Daredevil, best one there was. Then it led to a spinach. It led to a Punisher spinoff. I don't know if you've seen that one, but that one was pretty good. A1, best depiction of the Punisher I've seen. Then of course they had Luke Cage, then Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, and then they all had the team up show, the Defenders.
See, I never watched the Punisher TV series.
Oh, bruh, you got to see that.
But that Punisher movie, the first one, where he had the like the best scene in any movie ever was in that first Punisher movie, to where he's sitting in the diner eating, and then Buddy comes in with the guitar and starts singing. And then he walks up to him. He's like, "You like that song? I wrote it for you. I'm gonna sing it at your funeral."
I'm like, bro, I get chills every time I see that shit.
That's like,
I mean,
that's the rawest scene ever put into a movie.
That's one to remember for sure. Probably one of the top 2 most memorable scenes of that film, I'd say. But Tony, like, bro, you need to watch those. You need to check out Daredevil and the Punisher spinoff. Like ASAP. I mean, honestly, like this depiction of the Punisher, best I've ever seen. Like out of everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like John Berthel, he plays the role. He just owns it, man. He is. Listen, this man literally is the Punisher. Like, I'm serious. Give it a shot. I mean, like, you don't have to. I mean, like, so I'm all about continuity when I watch stuff. So, like, you know, that's why I had to see Daredevil first. Then
my thing is this, AJ. He's such a little dude in real life. Like,
John Berthel.
Yeah.
All that doesn't matter. It's still very believable. Trust me.
Look. The Punisher movie that I was telling you about, that's a big dude. Like, he's like
with Thomas Jane, right? That's the guy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I have to look up his name.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Hold on, I'll tell you.
He actually made a short movie based off that, like, not too long ago, called Dirty Laundry. It's on YouTube. I don't know if you ever watched it. It's like literally like 10 minutes, and it's kind of like a continuation of the movie series. Like, you ever seen it?
No, I didn't see it.
I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the chat so you can watch it.
The Punisher 2004.
Dirty Laundry.
Thomas Jane. Yep. Because he was in Deep Blue Sea too, right?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but he got in like real good shape for the Punisher movie.
Oh yeah, he trained with SEALs, all that stuff. He did everything. Yeah, man. Yeah. So.
But what I'm saying is, like, that's believable to me. Like, he had weight behind him. The other guy.
No. I mean, like I know what you're thinking. Like, trust me, this guy. I mean, like in the show, he gets fucked up several times. Like his ass whooped, like everything. You know what I mean? But it's just that, like, they like continue the essence of the comics, and like honestly, it's like probably one of the most violent shows ever released on Netflix, along with like all these shows are fucking violent. I mean, but like it's very realistic. Like the guy is not like invincible. He gets hurt several times, life-threatening injuries, but they keep the essence of the comics to where like this guy is just like his rage and his like anger is his superpower, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Well, he's taller than I thought he was. He's 5'11".
Oh yeah, the will you thought Thomas Jane or John Berthel?
John Berthel.
Yeah. I like John Berthel. Good actor. I like him.
I thought he was short.
Yeah. I mean, trust me. I mean, like the show. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, just when you see it, like, just check out the first episode. See how you like it.
But he just looks so little. Like,
I know. But I'm telling you, none of that matters when he like does what he does in the show. Height does not play a difference. Trust me. And like honestly, even if he's overpowered, he just does shit smart, like in smart ways that just overpower people. Like versus like this is a fight scene he has at the gym, right? Even though he's getting his ass brutally whooped, he starts whooping people with weights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because like he can't overpower these guys. He's like, okay, let me get a shake weight and smash your fucking face with it. You know what I mean? And just does all this crazy shit, barbells and all this kind of stuff. You know, so.
Well,
I mean, but I was saying I'm all about continuity. So if you want to check out the show itself, you could. But like, it helps to see Daredevil first because that's when he's first introduced. Then he gives Daredevil a real run for his fucking money, man. He does. He just does the show. So yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to see how much he weighed in the movie. The Thomas Jane guy. What he?
How tall is Thomas Jane? Was he like over 6 feet at least?
He's the same height. He's 5'11".
Oh shit! No kidding.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I was trying to see how much he weighed for the Punisher movie. It said he put on 20 pounds for the movie.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't tell me what he weighed. What does that mean? You put on 20 pounds? That could mean anything.
Yeah.
But he looked a lot.
Maybe he's probably like 200 pounds. I'd say, like maybe.
Okay. Here you go. So he was 190 in the movie.
Oh wow! All right.
and the other guy's 170. So he's significantly bigger at 190 at the same height.
There you go. I put it in the private chat for you, the link to check out that short film.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get on StreamYard real fast so I can do it on the computer. Hold on. Enter studio. All right, let's hope the echo doesn't happen. Off, enter. Yeah, I'm in the background. Oh, echo. It's real. Hold on.
I'm holding. I mean, honestly, what's really annoying is like, these movies like Venom and Morbius and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They keep saying these movies are superhero movies. No, they're not. They're not. You know what I mean? Like, you watch these are borderline horror.
It's echoing really, really bad. Why can I not get to the private chat?
Oh, you can't? Oh, you can't?
Maybe I have to add the stream to get to it. I click comments, and it's only got the public chat. It doesn't have the private. On the computer, not on my phone. On my phone, I see it. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Did I remove myself? I don't know which one I removed. Okay, hold on. Let me get off. I hate how that sounds, that echo. All right, I'll just have to watch it on my phone later. I was trying to watch it on the computer real fast.
Oh, got you.
But I couldn't get to the private chat. That's weird.
No, but that's worth a watch. But like Trump, I'm telling you, man, that's the Daredevil and Punisher, man. Just that's some gangster Marvel shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what you just sent me is who's in it?
Okay, it's Thomas Jane, and it's a short film that continues the pretty much continues. It's kind of like a short sequel to his movie, like the one that you were talking about, like with Diner scene. It's like a short sequel to that. It was released like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch this. But I tell you what, have you ever seen an old ass sci-fi show called Firefly?
No, I heard about it, but I never watched it.
Okay, I don't know the guy's name, but the guy who was the main actor in that movie, right?
Nathan Fillion.
Okay, there you go.
I'm good at this shit. Yeah, I do a lot of
research. Yeah. You already know where I'm going there, because like he played Nathan Drake for Uncharted on a YouTube series, right?
Oh, did he now?
Did you never see it? It was like a short movie.
No, I never saw it. No,
bruh, that man killed the role. He should have played it, but instead they got little ass scrawny ass Spider-Man.
Tom Holland, yeah.
I know. I didn't want to call him Tom Holland. I know his name. I just wanted to call him little ass scrawny ass.
Yeah.
Like,
oh shit.
No way. Like, he doesn't even. First off, he doesn't even look like Nathan Drake. Second off, the dude weighs about 140 pounds. Like, nah, bruh.
I mean, that's the case. Like, he still looks like a child, even though he's in his mid-20s. Like, when is he gonna fill out and go through puberty? Like, just grow a few inches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he still looks like a little ass kid. I mean, see, it kind of it's funny because like it kind of reminds me of Ariana Grande, like right, like she's like I think she's pushing 30, but she still looks like she's 12.
Yeah.
Like every time I see her on screen, I'm like, where are her parents at? like seriously, it's like, bruh, she looks way too young to be on the stage, man. She's like, where mama?
But my thing is this, like, I don't even care about him looking like a kid in the face, right?
Yeah.
But he's built like a kid.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like that. I mean, like his physique. I mean, it's funny. Like, oh yeah, it's nice. You got in the shape for Spider-Man. You got some pecs, got some whatever. But it's not noticeable outside. You know what I mean? I assume that's a role where that's very physical. Where you got to at least you need to be able to physically see the transformation, like where it's noticeable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Nathan Drake's a big dude. Like, well, not a big dude, but he's a well-shaped dude in the video game. Like, he's not some little 140-pound, 5'7" dude. Not saying like there's anything wrong with being 5'7", but you're
it's funny. It's kind of, you know what that reminds me of? It's kind of what they did with Jack Reacher. Well, you seen those movies
with Tom Cruise?
Listen, I already know. Yeah, I know. It's like the character in the comic. They actually released the TV show on Amazon Prime. And they cast the guy who actually looks like the character in the comics. He's tall, big, like 6'3", 6'4", really muscular, blonde hair, nothing like what Tom Cruise looks. You know what I'm saying? And like the creator, the author of the novels was saying, like, nothing against Tom Cruise, he did a great job, but this is what the direction we need to go. And I'm like, I saw that show. Wow. You need to check it out if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? If you got Prime, like, sit down with the message. Y'all watch that show. you won't be disappointed, man. Y'all can binge that shit when, like, you know what I'm saying, on the weekend.
Yeah, I got Prime. Because I like watching The Boys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that season 3 coming. That show is insane, bro.
Yeah,
like, I'm literally terrified every time I'm done with an episode. Like, oh god, is this shit gonna get more crazy or what? Like, I mean, I'm saying, thank God superheroes don't exist. Like for real.
Yeah, they're not the type of superheroes you want to be a superhero. They're all like villains.
Yeah, technically, yeah, that's what they are, really. I mean, who just masqueraded superheroes, yeah. But
Yeah.
But I mean, but definitely put Reacher on the list, yeah, for sure.
He said, "Watch it, bro. Reacher is on my list."
The regulator know what I'm talking about. Told you.
But yeah, so I'm gonna watch that little short film that you sent me, and then you just need to look up the YouTube one of Uncharted and watch that.
Okay,
and that's,
yeah, we'll do. I'll pull it up now. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see.
Have you ever played Uncharted? Any of the games?
I haven't. No, I mean, I've seen them, and see what I like doing. What I used to do in my spare time is like I would honestly just like go through playback on, because a lot of YouTubers upload their game progress, and I just kind of like watch short movies and just watch them play and stuff like that, because like I don't play video games no more, man. I think I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? I like this guy. I like to get started again. But
games, like video games.
Oh yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Okay, I found it. Nice. All right, here we go. Uncharted live action film. Nathan Fillion. Cool. There it is.
We're like the same age. How old are you?
I'm 33.
You're a little bit older than me, but we like the same age.
No, I know. It's just that like I mean, it's like seriously, because what happens with me with games, right? When I beat it, it's like, okay, what next? I don't want to keep playing the same thing. I mean, that's why I bought games like Call of Duty and stuff like that to always keep me busy. But like, I just never find the time to play the shit. I just don't, even though I want to get started.
Yeah, now I will agree that like finding the time to play it, but like when I do have downtime, like Elden Ring, I was streaming that. I got hooked on that game. I love that game. Like any Souls game, I love it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed you used to put those. I'm like, what is this stuff? And like, I actually watched a few, and I'm like, this seems interesting. I guess it must be addicting once you play it.
It's addicting because it's frustrating. It's like stupid, dumb, hard. And it makes you want to like bang your head against the wall, but you can't put the remote down.
No, yeah, that's the hold the games have on you over time, and I didn't like that, because like it just goes with any game. It's like I don't win, I got to stay till I finish this. Then I look up, 5 hours have passed.
It can be like that.
You already know. So yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's do this.
Let me ask you this question right quick.
Go ahead.
You've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, yes?
Yes.
All right, so like I already know probably what you're gonna say, but when you had the chance to send the villains home, you would have done it, right?
Say that again.
I mean, when you could have sent all the villains home back to the universes, you'd have done it, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have gave two shits.
Okay, cool. Yeah, same.
Like, fuck. Like, all these villains died for a reason.
I mean, like this is the shit they did. You know what I'm saying? Like they died because of their actions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the hell do I care? Like now you trying to save him, but he paid a price because Amir got killed and shit. Well, now you know, should have sent him home.
Right. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm on YouTube, right? Give me the title of that link that you sent me, so I can just type it in.
Type in it's The Punisher Dirty Laundry. Type that in. They should be probably one of the first two. Yeah.
Okay.
Or just Dirty Laundry. Yeah, you'll see it though. It's got like 27. Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yep. 10 minutes and 15 seconds. That's it.
Bro, that's it. Like they should have gave him. I don't know why they picked that other dude to do the sequel. That was trash.
Warzone.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Trash.
Garbage. Hot garbage. That's what that was.
Jigsaw. Like that makeup was so horrible.
Oh God. I mean, I downloaded it. I deleted it as soon as I finished watching it. That's how bad that was. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, that's what I'll do if I hate a movie that much. I'm getting rid of this shit. I'm not even keeping it on my drive. Like,
right.
I mean, because like honestly, like because when they first announced honestly, that just came as a gobsmack, really, because I remember when the Daredevil Netflix shows when the Netflix Marvel shows were still airing, and like they were setting up season 2. Then they just announced that John Bernthal was cast as Frank Castle, the Punisher. I literally fainted and almost had a heart attack. Like that just came as a shock to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, like what the hell? You know what I mean? Then I saw the show and he killed it, man. Like, he really did.
Yeah.
Then he gave him his own show. Then I'm like, okay, nice. Now we working with this.
Let me see this guy, John Bernthal. There ain't no way this dude's 5'11". Ain't no fucking way.
Probably 5'10" at best, I'd say. So.
This dude look little. Like
he looks small. Like if I saw him in real life, he probably wouldn't be that big.
He don't even look tall. Like when you're the same height as females, they know you 5'11".
Yeah, it's funny because like if I ever dated a tall woman, it probably wouldn't work out because I'd never stop asking for piggyback rides.
Yo, so. You know, me and my girl like damn near the same height.
Really? How tall are you? Are you like what? So you're 5'11", right? 5'11".
Yeah.
Swear to God, that's what I'd be asking. She and then she talk two times like, giddy up, can we play?
Get on that back. Yeah, I like it whenever my girl put on high heels and she taller than me. I like that. That should excite me.
No, I know. Yeah, I you know, it's fine. I like heels with the open toes. I don't like them with the closed toes. I don't know, it's just something about me. I don't know. It just seems off. You know what I mean? And I don't mind when they wear sneakers as well, like Chucks or some Jordans or some Air Forces. You know, with some lingerie. That's nice. So.
I'm just clicking shit in the background, getting this on.
I mean, it's funny. Like I actually laughed when I heard that Tom Holland was dating Zendaya.
Because she's.
And I'm like, she's 4 inches fucking taller than him. Like,
yeah.
How's that gonna work? You know?
But you know what? Like, I'm sorry. If I was in Hollywood, I wouldn't date any of them girls because then Zendaya
I Tony, I've been saying this for years. Like, I mean, like, you see, the thing is, like, when you did, I mean, like, see, you're better off with somebody who you were with before you were famous and who's not famous because they can see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
they're more likely to stay with you because, like, if you were with them like before you were famous, because they knew what you were like when you kind of had nothing. They're like, so like if things go sideways, they'll probably still stick around. And like it's even better like if you get with somebody who's not famous because like they're superficial, they're just normal. And I used to probably having everything. You know what I mean? But you get with somebody that's famous, it's like it brings all these baggage, all this situation, all this stuff like that stuff. Hey, I mean, look at what Amber Heard is putting Johnny Depp through.
Oh man,
crazy ass! He need to lock her ass up.
I'm Team Johnny all day. I hope he wins.
Me too. He was Jack Sparrow. You can't take that away from him. He was Jack Sparrow. He was. You know.
He was.
Even though that role, he probably was on drugs when he did that role, but still, I mean, you know.
That man was on drugs for every role he did.
You know what had me cracking up is when they cast him as Tonto in The Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Damn. No, I mean that had me rolling, but when I saw the movie, not bad. I'm like, I can rock with that. You know, not bad, but still, you know, you never saw it?
No, I never watched it.
Okay, for sure. Not a bad movie. It's okay.
Wasn't the Lone Ranger's guy's name like Arm & Hammer or something?
Armie Hammer, yeah.
Yeah, there it was. Armie Hammer. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What type of dumbass name is this?
I'll tell you something that you probably didn't know. You know the Green Hornet, right?
Yeah.
The Green, the Lone Ranger is actually his great uncle.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because they share the same last name. Britt Reed, that's the Green Hornet's name, and Dan Reed is the Lone Ranger's real name.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still mad at Seth Rogen for ruining that film. Like, I mean, like it was good at the time, but the more I watched it later on, and as I got on, I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. Like, I mean, damn. I mean, Jesus. I mean, like he pretty much like, you know, it would have cool if he made a superhero film, but don't use the Green Hornet mythology to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, because like that needs to like, cause I was actually excited because I'm thinking like Seth Rogen is gonna play like a serious type esque role, but I see it and he's just being his old dumb goofy self.
Right. I mean, I don't like him really in any movie, to be honest with you.
I don't like Kevin Hart really in the recent movies either. Like they just play the same character every time and just do the same thing. You know, no versatility to their skills or acting. You know,
right?
I don't really like Kevin Hart much until I saw stand-up comedy. If I'm being honest, because like I saw him in Soul Plane. I like that movie because it highlighted I mean, highlighted what will happen when you fall in the money, and you give it to somebody who's black, and they will just fuck shit up. So it provided a lens into what will happen if you do that. And so, his cousin who was played by with Method Man and Snoop Dogg, and then this is just shit that everything that's gonna go wrong. Really.
Bro, you didn't like the plane on hydraulics?
No. No. That wouldn't work in real life. Are you serious? The plane on fucking
You didn't like the economy section looking like a subway train?
Oh, that was cool. I like that. That was a nice touch. But that was cool. Yeah, I mean, it had its perks, but overall, this wouldn't fly in real life. It really wouldn't. I don't think it would. You know what I'm saying?
No, it wouldn't. It would.
Like they passing Popeye's chicken and Coach. I'm like, what the? What kind of shit?
Oh, change the subject real fast. I'm about to get off here, take a shower. But I noticed that Chad did a live rescoring earlier today.
Yeah, I was on it. Yeah, we scored Lara. Sorry, no, Trout. Canelo Trout. Yeah.
Yeah. Who did y'all have winning?
Okay. I had Canelo winning. Yeah, I mean, even though I gave Trout 4 rounds, I still thought he won, and because Trout's activity kind of slow. I mean, I just felt Canelo kind of he did enough to win. Then I think Lisa had Canelo winning as well, but Chan scored for Trout.
Yeah, I scored it for Trout.
Yeah. Right. I mean, see, it's one of those fights I probably got to give a second listen, but on first glance like that, I mean, because I'd actually never seen the whole thing through like that. I just saw highlights of it. But yeah, that's the scores we had for the most part.
Yeah, if you look up the CompuBox.
But I thought Lara beat Canelo. I'll say that. On the rewatch of that, they scored it for Canelo. I gave it to Lara.
It was a really close fight.
Yeah,
it was a really close fight.
But Lara was styling on Canelo early on, man. He really was.
Yeah, it was the mobility. It's one of them fights where I would say a draw, but if I had to give it to somebody, I would have given it to Lara.
Yeah, same.
Same thing.
I think I gave it. I scored it 8-4 in Lara's favor. So yeah.
Oh shit!
I had it that wide. Seriously, because I mean, to me, it's just that Canelo. I mean, every time he got close, he was landing body punches, but I don't think all of them landed fully. I mean, it was kind of hard to see what was landing. And when Lara got off, he was just landing jabs and 1-2s, and he was really touching up Canelo a lot. More than I thought that than the reverse. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to rewatch it because I had it very, very, very tight. But
I would have seen a rematch if I'm being honest. So.
Oh, he'll never rematch Lara.
Nah. I mean, Oscar said he poured hot water on that shit or cold water on that shit. He's like, nope, we ain't doing that again.
But even Lara's too small for him now.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jared Hurd fucking steamrolled him. I mean, how that guy competed junior middle is beyond me. I mean, he seems he should be competing at light heavyweight at least. That dude is fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the most skilled guy, but it's just his size. That's how he's able to dominate all his opponents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the constant punching.
Yeah. I think he's pretty much done though. I mean, after that upset loss he had last year.
Yeah.
Was serious. I mean, I actually thought he could have won that fight had he let his hands go a lot more. You know what I mean?
And I liked Hurd a lot. I liked Hurd a lot because despite all his success, he still lived at home with his parents.
Oh yeah. I like guys. I like guys like that too. I think Anthony Joshua was living with a flat with his mom when he was coming up. I think. Yeah. So it's like they just stay humble. You know what I mean? They don't need they just want to keep shit simple. Like they don't need to break off or nothing like that.
Right. But on that note, I'm about to end the stream here. I appreciate you hanging out with me the whole time.
Always, Tony. Always a pleasure, sir.
I'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'm about to watch the show, then take a shower.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts, man. Peace out for sure.
I'll let you. Bye.
All right, man.